consider as a leader, as a national hero, Usain Bolt. Well, Lord, you're running on the track. But if you want to be a national hero, you cannot tell us that you won't stand up to a prime minister. Rosalie did it, and Brat is so right, and people are more willing to rally behind Rosalie because she stands for something. What do you stand for, Usain Bolt? Go ahead, Mr. Vincent. Good afternoon to you.
Yes, sir, but remember, when this thing just come out, Jamaican was rallying with Bolt, you know.
Yes, you're a bit low, Mr. Vincent. I don't know why.
No, I say when this SLL thing come out with Bolt, we Jamaican, we were rallying with him, you know, but a Bolt a dropped the ball. And
yes.
the reason why is like, I would say, when you have pig in pen, pig a pig. Bolt give the JLP government $5 million for run election. So a Bolt big friend. Remember that, you know. Yes, him come out. Yeah, remember that. That is not here, so you know, and alleged, a real thing. And Bolt,
allegedly.
Yeah, no, I'm Bolt share myself because I'm friend them and colleague them. Simple. So
yes,
that's why him a hitch. Him have to hitch because in shame.
It should be put to shame, man.
Yeah, it's like when you commit an act and you say, Jesus Christ, look what me do. You find yourself in that jail. So you shame yourself. So nobody can, as my brother say, you can't serve him Bolt because you don't serve himself. Where my shame? You lose your money and you shame to come out and talk about your money, Alex. So a pig in one pen.
The interview was a beat around the bush. It was not so true, Mr. Vincent. I'm not lie, very on point, on spot. You cannot tell me, say your money, $12 million US, gone, get chopped, and you come and hush. Not until 2 years after you come and speak about it. You have wholly more money for give away, man. I swear to God, you don't care about that. A wholly more money you have to give away. And let me tell you, this corrupt party, this corrupt government, the Jamaica Labour Party, ready to take it from you. So if you feel like say them not gonna take more from you, you invest in them thing again, and you see what go on. Remember in 2008, you know. Sorry, Mr. Vincent, go ahead.
Remember, you know, in this logo, Jamaica Labour Party, you know what it means for what? Take of them. Look, if the Ministry of Local Government can stand up in a parliament and say when you have your own land and you might go there will build a house pan it, and when you're dead, when you're alive then. When you're alive, then it belongs to the local government and them are going to take and give to others. Your own land, you know, and it's not board house, you might go be funny. That means when you're alive, when you're dead, they can take up the board house off of your land. A concrete house.
So they automatically take the land with it.
Yeah, they must go take up the concrete house with your land. So a government like that, boy, me sorry for you, you're not dark night, brother. No light, no the fear, you're gone.
You know much time Jamaicans they out here are bat fiend. I me never seen come out and repost somebody who a ball fiend get back in money. Listen, man, wake up and smell the coffee, or if it's a peppermint tea, wake up and smell it, because the Jamaican people have tried, but you have not respected the Jamaican people. You cannot say that you want the Jamaican people to come out and protest when you are not coming out to protest for your money. You're not God. You're not somebody. If you losing $12 million US, don't teach you that. What else I gonna teach you that you're not a God over the people? Yeah? Where were you 2 years ago when the people out here was vexed because they can't find your money? Where were you? Say for your friend them, you need to go down and go sit, you need to go and have a seat and talk to them about it. So hold on, Rob Downer say Bolt has his legal team to deal with his private business. Stop looking political points. Come up and explain, Rob Downer. Remember, it was the Prime Minister was telling Jamaican people. Remember him put it on the stock exchange, Yeah? Remember the Prime Minister put SSL on the stock exchange market, telling Jamaican people must invest in it. Why did the Prime Minister come out and didn't tell Bolt about it? Yeah? That is my question to you. That is my question to you, Mr. Sir. Yeah? It is a public business because it's not just Bolt that lost his money. Bolt is a public figure. SSL is a private company that is open to the public. So therefore the public can have their opinion on it.
Not only that,
Go
why
ahead.
did the Prime Minister have money in?
There
Why
you
is
go.
he the only one?
So Mr. Bolt, you come and cry to the Jamaican people. Little too late if you ask me. People, if you want to come in on the conversation, no problem. We want to hear your opinion about about what Bolt had to say. Bolt said a lot of nothing yesterday, if you ask me. Bolt don't sound like a man who actually needs back this $12 million US. And everybody know, even the people who take it know say they don't really want it back. You have a lot. And they would ask you right now if you don't have more to invest. Because you don't sound, for me, you don't sound like you're a prudent businessman. Because you were speaking about, and you can leave this platform alone, Rob Downer. Yeah? You can leave this platform alone. Yeah, you said that we should leave both. You can leave this platform alone. Well, nah, it is okay because what I don't think what you're saying is going to contribute anything of value. Yes, everybody know that it is a private company that the Jamaican government, Michael Andrew Holness, promoted on the stock exchange market and tell the Jamaican people that they need to come and invest. But what they did not tell the Jamaican people come out of it. The Prime Minister never tell say, hey, say things are gonna go bad when you come out of it. No, he did not. He did not do that. But he encouraged people to be a part of it.
Remember. our athlete, our icon. Did the man who is in the prime minister seat come out and say, listen, this is foolishness now, give back the man his money? No, he didn't. As a matter of fact, you don't hear peep out of him. He has no respect.
And 28 bank account fat, you don't care about that.
He cares zero. So the time you're going to come and tell us to leave it alone, no, we're not going to leave it alone. It needs to be spoken about and it needs to be shouted from every rooftop. The embarrassment that Bolt is hiding Jamaica from, the embarrassment is there already. It is seeping.
It's already, it is already on the face of the Jamaican financial.
It is there already. It's like you have a cut and the blood is coming through it. It is so saturated that it is coming through the bandage. It cannot be hidden anymore. So, Bob, it cannot be hidden anymore. So coming out to tell us that we need to leave it alone because the attorneys, yes, are for the legal frame part of it, to go into the court. But the case has already been tried.
We're talking about the instability in the financial system. It is a problem. The Jamaican people fear putting their money in the bank or using the financial institutions in Jamaica. And also it looks bad internationally, already look bad. Everybody knows about SSL. The former finance minister, Nigel Clark, he said in January 2023, he said that the FBI will be coming to investigate the case. Where is the FBI? You're misleading the public. You're telling lies again.
And telling lies on international.
The English investigative body Crawl had already completed their investigation. We're asking the DPP, where are the findings? What are the findings? And the investigation shows conflict of interest and favoritism. This is not something that the Jamaican people can be confident in the financial system. There needs to be proper oversight. There must be accountability. There must be transparency. So Rob, when you come and talk your foolishness, it is a public matter. He is calling on the Jamaican people, inciting that the Jamaican people must go out and protest. It is there in the interview. But nobody will protest for you, Usain Bolt, because you are not protesting for yourself. You came on an interview yesterday and you said much of nothing. A lot of nothing you said. You did not come out swinging, say that me really want my money. You come out there, you come and have a chit chat. And oh God, man, I'm disappointed in the level of communication from you. I thought that you were way more mature than that. I heard him speak about even how he was a producer. And let me show you how poor business practices can cause any great man or woman to fall. Because he's going to talk about being a music producer, right? And he said that he cannot bother to speak to the artist and the artist this and the artist that. For God in heaven's sakes, you're Bolt. Yeah? So the first thing what you're going to do is to ensure that you have people who you delegate your tasks to. You shouldn't be the one directly calling these artists. The moment you take up your phone and directly call these artists, simple means that you're too easily accessed and you don't have nothing to do. So the people that will look at it, I just bought that.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to have somebody who administrate these type of interaction, right? Because you don't have a business structured mind, you're not able to have a successful business. And in Jamaica, you know, people always think that once you have a business, you know, you're successful. No. A lot of people having a business that is operating at a loss. And he gave up on this music production because he did not know how to properly run a business. Who is advising you? Let me tell you, I'm not calling Usain Bolt a fool, none whatsoever. But if a man without money is a fool, when he gets the money, he's still a fool. I'm talking about his use of his money. That is what we're questioning. Poor decision to I can't say a poor decision to invest. You have invested, right? And you saw that you have lost. What do you do next? Sit down for 2 years and wait until the Jamaican people get so mad and angry they start burning buildings, they're blocking roads, and they're going up to the Prime Minister when you are on an interview and you cannot advocate for yourself and you're asking Jamaican people to advocate for you. Who are you? You're not God. You are not God. You are a great athlete, right? But off the track, what have you done for Jamaica? Where is the state-of-the-art training facility to improve athletics in the country? Where is it? You're talking about investment. Those are substantial investment that can be there for a lifetime, for generations to come. The reason why our athletes are going backwards because there was no investment in it. So if you really wanted to make a mark, and I heard the interviewer asking you, what are some of the charities that you have donated to? You cannot give a name. That simply means that you're not really penetrating on those stuff. If you have a charity that you know that is revolutionary and is making such great change for Jamaica, you must know it, you must speak about it, you must promote it. Where is the bold shoes? Where is the bold clothes? You don't know how to market yourself.
And Jamex is not saying that Bolt has not done any charity. We know he has done multiple charities. That is not what he's saying. What he's saying is his inability to name the charity because he's not involved.
There you go.
He came unprepared. He came to talk a lot and to talk none at all.
Thank you.
He came to say a lot, but he came to say nothing. He said a lot, but a lot of nothingness.
Yes.
That is what Jamex is saying.
Thank you. And I hope people have it clear. Now, I'm not against Usain Bolt. What he has done for himself and how he was doing it for himself and how he has put Jamaica on the map, it is admirable. It is something to be proud of. What I'm questioning though, what are you defending? What are you protecting? What you don't want to talk? You said that you came to talk and the talk has yielded nothing really of substance. We just know say your money lost. Nobody can find. Your money get thief. Everybody knew that prior to the interview. And after the interview, all them know, say your money lost and you don't get it back. That's it. And nothing more. So if that is the case, go and cry somewhere else. Or is it that you don't respect the local media enough to have a conversation with them? Are you afraid of somebody? Are you afraid of the Prime Minister? Michael, Sir Michael, I saw that you sent a request. Is there anything that you want to contribute or was it a mistake?
No, it's a mistake.
Was a mistake?
Yeah.
All right, no problem. Yes, so we'll continue. Usain Bolt, you cannot come out here and feel like the Jamaican people are going to be going head over heels for you. And you are not going head over heels for yourself. So when we compare you to, what's her name again? Rosalie. People are more drawn to Rosalie because Rosalie have a package. She know how to market herself. She know how to stand up for what she believe in. Right now, we don't know what you believe in. Because I don't hear you coming out advocating for the Jamaican people. You talk about charity. You talk about loving Jamaican people. But what have you done to show that you're actually having advocacy for the Jamaican people? You see, all right. You see, a man who have... Thank you, Simple Pebbles. You see, a man who have $10 and give you $5 out of it is better than a man who have $1 million and give you $1,000 or $100,000. Trust and believe. A lot of people give you because then, you know, then just give and not care. Or them love the feeling to know that people coming to them for them to give. Carolyn, bless up yourself. Welcome and blessings to you, my sister. Blessings to you. So when you hear him talking about charity and giving, and you cannot hear him talk about a charity and the work of that charity, it come like him a do the charity just because a good name or because he is bold. Again, I don't want to destroy your character. It's not about that. I'm questioning what you actually went and do. And I'm questioning, how do you want the Jamaican people to support you when you are not supporting yourself? Rosalie is willing to call out the Prime Minister. You should be out here calling out the Prime Minister that you need better oversight for financial companies so that the same thing that happened to you don't happen to no other Jamaican. So the Jamaican people understand that you are actually standing up for yourself and for them. You have never uttered that words. Nigel Clark said that he's going to get in the FBI from 2023 January. You never came out and say, you know, they are government official, even if you don't want to call any name. Government official came out and said that they're going to invite the FBI to get to the bottom of it. And they have not done so. Nobody has reached out to me. Oh, you said that you can barely see the comment. Sorry. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? No, they have not. He has not reached out to the Jamaican people to say, you know what, thank you for your advocacy. Thank you for seeing my situation. We have not heard you come out here and thank the Jamaican people and say, you know, Jamaican people, I appreciate you standing up for me and talking against corruption, talking about the money. He has not come out to say that. So if you don't respect the Jamaican people and respect their effort, how can you expect them to supposed to go on black road for you? Huh? How you expect them to come out and up on the top of them voice for you? Usain Bolt, it was a bunch of nothing that you had said, in my opinion. You have come out and said nothing of substance that is going to change the Jamaican people's mind to say, you know what, let us go out there and stand up for Bolt. Not just say it on social media. The Prime Minister was a part of SSL. Him come out and your money was still in it. That is it. That is the major thing. The investigative body from England, Crawl, have done their investigation, completed their investigation, and submitted the findings. You don't know about that? I can't hear money and you don't know about that. Me I tell you about Mystic Sensation, day in, day out, talking about this thing, SSL. Have you gone to these people and said, thank you for your advocacy? Have you gone to them and say, thank you so far to speak about it. This is how I feel about the situation. No. But you come after 2 years and talking foolishness and expect that the Jamaican people supposed to run behind you. You are the athlete. You are the runner. The Jamaican people have done enough. You have to run your own race. The baton is in your hand now. You have to run it. The Jamaican people tired of the silence. The silence was loud enough to say to the Jamaican people, I don't really care what you want to say now. I don't really care what you want to say. That is what the silence had said to the Jamaican people. Me comfortable with my money. Yes, man, may have more money can give it. That is what your non-verbal is giving off. So when you come today, Mr. Bolt, or yesterday or the day before to say what you have to say, the Jamaican people just kiss their teeth. A few people are going to comment, but the comment done because you are not advocating for a better financial structure or oversight in the country. You're not advocating for that. No, you're everywhere but nowhere. A little too late is the cry for you. A little too late is the cry for you. So Bigfoot boy 16, if me never lose money yet, yeah, me lose money, me not go sit down and comfortable. But him can't sit down and comfortable. Yeah, because the $12 million no nothing for him. Because if it was something for him, he would have been out from the first couple of months when he alright, me give them a couple months, me see they not do nothing. He would have come out and say, you know what, me can't take this no more, you know. When 1 year you come out after and say, yeah, me can't take this no more. Yeah. But 2 years and you just come out and you sit and giggle on one podcast and you expect that Jamaican people must be running out with pitchfork and placards and say we want back Bolt money. No, Bolt, go deal with your business.
I'm going to say something.
Go ahead.
And I'm addressing Bigfoot Boy 16. After the notice was served to SSL, it was a few weeks after that, it made news broke into the media about Bolt losing his money. If Bolt, after serving that notice on SSL, if after that notice was served, Bolt had come out and said, Jamaica, no say, me put on my money in a SSL for my mother, my father, my people. People would have been rallying around him and Bolt would have gotten back his money.
Long time.
So you see the charade where they went and they lock up Gina and Panton, where they so patiently waited on her, push her in the wheelchair. She went, they lock her up, and she had her doctor write a note to say her heart, her liver, her kidney, her light, her hair follicle, her toenail, her blood vessel, her DNA, everything pan her malfunction. All of that charade would have been probably avoided. Maybe it would not have gotten there because let me tell you something about public outrage. In the court of law is where the decency happens. You see, out where John the Public is and John the Public tried the case and SSL would have come up guilty as charged, it would have been a different ball game. People name would have started to be called left, right, and center. Both would have gotten his money. He sat down too long. After serving that notice, he said nothing. It was respect due immediately. That is how powerful Bolt's image.
It was a waste of time. The interview is a waste of time. And again, him not really care about him money, so I don't see why Jamaican people need to sweat their heads over it. I really believe that what he has done and that interview did not do himself any justice, and it is a slap in the face of every Jamaican who ever thought that this man deserves his money back, and we need to stand for him and stand up for his right. We'll never take away your legacy about running, but I look at it and I used to consider him with hero status, right? And after listening to him speak, I realized that he's far from it. No disrespect again to the man, but he's far from it. And when I say it is far from it, you send in a request? All right, Auntie. Auntie Winsome.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Let
Good
us hear your
afternoon.
thought about it.
It's still morning here. It's 15
Good
minutes
morning.
past 10.
All right. Is that Canada?
Past 10, yes.
Okay.
We are 3 hours behind. Look here, I don't really have not much to say about Bolt. Am I right? I'm quite fine. No, I don't have nothing to say. Am I right?
I show him quite fine, man. Him show the Jamaican people that. So
Yeah,
I
I'm good,
just
man.
I got time in the have on Monday, so I'm just gonna do one podcast and give
Because
it.
everybody, the reason why I'm come out, and because everybody at time, and him start to feel away, and that make him come out. Him not have nothing to say, quite okay.
Team
And
business.
because everybody a cry out, so him feel away, so that's why I see him come out and I try to say him and do something. Him not talk nothing against him government. Him not talk nothing bad about him government. You man?
Cause they ask him if he talk to Andrew, him say he spoke to general government. Like nobody asked you that. Nobody asked you that. The only reason I'm talking about it, I'm talking that Jamaica need proper oversight of our financial system.
Yeah. But when
Yeah,
we
that
really
is what I'm talking about. Him not care about film 12. That's what I want to ask to Carola. What is general government? I don't understand that. Foolishness. So, Auntie Winsome, tell what you have to say, man.
yeah, me not really stray from the topic that you're on now,
Yeah.
but what me really want to talk about is the Portmore issue. I want to
Yes.
ask a question. What effect does this move that they have made has on the municipality and um Swaby position as the head of the KSAMC?
No, it has nothing to do with it because it's a separate municipal.
Okay, so even if the Jamaica Labour Party retains control of the municipality in Portmore, it does not have an effect on
No, it
Mr.
won't.
Sweden.
It won't. No,
Okay.
it won't. It won't affect.
Yeah, that is what I think.
Commerce.
Hold on 1 minute. The municipality is what they actually want.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Yes, they want that, but it won't affect the KSAMC.
Okay, because then if they get that, I'm thinking that they now have more municipality than we. Is that so? Am I
That
correct?
is their aim,
That is
and
their
that
aim.
is the reason why they want to move the boundaries, because it is the municipality. So they will now move the municipality into Spanish Town, so they will have two of them. That is what Warmington said.
But
Okay.
most of the corruption anti-Winsome is in the KSAMC. A lot.
Uh-huh.
So that is why they wanted to keep that so badly.
Uh-huh.
That is where all the breach, the building, sorry, the building code breaches. That is where it's at. From the
Okay.
Wycliffe Drive, from the Wycliffe Drive property. All I know is that is what they want to protect.
Okay. Okay.
So there's a lot of corruption in KSAMC right now. There is 33 million dollars that is unaccounted for. Can't find, missing, and chop. Anyway
Yeah,
you want to put it.
yeah, me here. So, um, so I know it's an election ploy. I know that what they are aiming after is the election. That whatever it is that they are planning with Portmore,
Yes.
it has to do with the municipality and the election. What effect will it have on the election, really, if
They will
any?
win the election. What Warmington said is, after they go ahead and they take over all of those seats, it will displace a lot of the areas that are heavily supported by the People's National Party, supporters of the People's National Party. So what he said, what Warmington said is the People's National Party will never be able to win another seat in St. Catherine.
Oh,
And some areas will be left without representation.
So those people will be displaced in terms of representation. They will
Right.
be left in wonderland, nowhere. And especially
Nowhere.
with such a short time for the election, it is going to be a major problem.
but person's name is already on the voters list,
Yes,
and
but,
they
where
already.
should you vote?
That is it. If they go ahead and hurry up and do this before the election, persons will be displaced. You won't have anywhere to vote.
You don't know. You go right here and tell us that this is not the what you call the
PD.
polling station, the PD.
But that is it.
But will it only affect the PMP, or will it affect everyone right across the board?
Remember
It
the
will,
communities. Go ahead, Brad.
sorry, it will be in their favor. They're moving the boundaries for areas where their supporters are mostly. So it's to increase favorability for them. For places that will be left out, then they'll be just left in limbo.
But then, for it to to be in their favor, it have to be the mind of the voter, right?
They're not leaving it to that. That's why
Because
they're moving it.
even if it's that strong, if they're leaning on the strong JLP supporters to vote in their favor, nobody knows what's going on in person's head.
That's not their intent. They're shifting the lines geographically. So addresses will change and all of that. Where will you go to cast your vote?
Oh boy. Is there anything that the PMP can do about this at
Take
this
it to
time?
The
court.
court.
Court. Constitutional court. I have to take it to court.
So will it be held? Will it be put on pause, and if it's taken to court?
It's not passing the upper house. So it have to go to the upper house. But in the meantime,
It
what
has passed, you know.
they pass it?
Yes.
I stand corrected, sorry.
So they did. They used the majority vote to do so. Let me find it.
So court. It has to go to court. But what Warmington said is All right, there are a lot of guidelines that need to be followed when making a parish, and none of those guidelines were not observed. Were not.
I want you to read them again. Let other people hear how they custom.
Excuse the screaming, guys. That's the
I
2-year-old
understand.
excited
So what
over
I'm
it.
going to do is I'm going to very quickly go back over the steps and the guidelines for creating a new parish. So Auntie Winsome, thank you very much for asking the question.
Very
I'm
good question.
going to ask you to mute your mic, please, and I will go over them again for you and persons on the For You page and down in the comment section. So I want to thank you very much for asking the question. All right, Portmore, creating a new parish. Creating a new parish in Jamaica would require significant legal, administrative, and infrastructural changes. Key steps to consider: legal and government approval, amendment to laws. The Jamaican Parliament would need to amend the relevant laws, particularly the Parishes Act, to officially create a new parish. Approval from the Prime Minister and Cabinet. The government must approve the proposal considering its feasibility and impact. 2. Justification and feasibility study. Population and economic viability. The proposed parish must have a sufficient population, economic activity, and resources to sustain itself. Geographical boundaries. Geographical boundaries, clearly defined borders must be established, ensuring the division makes additional roads and utilities, adequate transportation, water supply, electricity, and communication infrastructure must be in place. 4. Public consultation and political support, community input. The government would likely conduct consultations with residents and stakeholders to assess support. Political will. Strong political backing would be necessary to move the process forward. 5. Implementation and transition. Budget allocation. Funding must be secured to establish governance structures and services. Gradual transition.
This is important.
Which is very important. Existing administrative divisions such as constituencies may need to be restructured to align the new parish. Jamaica has had 14 parishes since 1867, when the number was reduced from 22. If a new parish were to be created, it would be a historic decision requiring widespread support and careful planning.
That C word, what it says?
Careful.
Careful planning.
Yes.
How is it something hold on, before we break down what you said, because we have to go through these things line by line, because laborites just love run with things. Because I don't think any of them in the House of Parliament on the JLP side understand what is a parish, what is required to establish a parish, and they have not come out to educate the Jamaican people. Everything just seems like a bully and a rush thing. The Jamaican people are not against Portmore becoming a parish. The big question is Portmore ready to become a parish? So tell us what gerrymandering means, Brat, and then we dissect what we have just read.
1 minute. Please and thanks.
Because, Jamaican people, each time I listen to Comrade Mark Golden, let me play the clip from him first, and then we can go down into what the recording says. And we want to also talk about what Mr. Warmington had to say as well, So listen to Comrade Leader, because each time Comrade Leader speak, I learn something new. Either a new word, a new term, and I use my time, Brat as well, use our time to ensure that we educate ourselves. We have never taken part in the election process. I've never voted. Brat has never voted, right? But we have to ensure that we're informed, so we're empowered to make proper changes. So this is what the leader of the opposition, and I believe, in my humble belief, that the next leader of Jamaica, the Prime Minister, Mark Golden. Listen to what the gentleman had to say.
Mr. Speaker, if this legislation becomes law, it will deprive the residents of Portmore of their important rights of democratic participation to directly elect their mayor, and for their citizens associations to have rights of audience on their city council. Those rights, for which the people of Portmore had advocated and were granted by law, are unique in Jamaica and represent the high point of democratic innovation in local governance. It is a deplorable travesty and an aberration for those democratic rights of the people of Portmore to be removed without their consent or approval by this government abusing its parliamentary majority. Mr. Speaker, the two current mayors of Portmore and St. Catherine were both duly elected in February last year, less than a year ago, in fact. One directly by the people in Portmore, and the other by the elected local representatives of the people in St. Catherine. They both hold office as an expression of the democratic will of the people. This bill will destroy the expressed will of the people. It will remove the mayor of Portmore, who was chosen democratically by the residents of Portmore, and it will also result in the much reduced parish of St. Catherine suddenly having a majority of JLP councillors so that they can remove the current elected mayor and install one of their own. That is the effect of this legislation.
All right, Brad. There's two words I want you to inform the Jamaican people about. Arbitration and also gerrymandering. Please inform us what these things mean. Because each time Comrade Leader Mark Golden speak, there's something to learn. There's something to learn from this gentleman. I want to learn how to do it rightly. Not take the shortcut, take the right road. Because when you look at the Prime Minister cannot explain his wealth, he took the short road, and that is normally the illegal, unethical route. So go ahead.
Operation.
The word, one of the words that Comrade Leader used was aberration. When he said it is an aberration, I'm going to spell the word. Aberration. And it means a departure from what is normal, usual, or expected, typically an unwelcome one.
So you jump and tell the people them say they don't live at Portmore again.
Thank you very much.
So
That's it.
So that is not that can be considered as neglect and displacement.
It is displacement.
And remember what the reading says, that it is something that gradually happen. It's not something where you grab out of the bag and say, I hit this. It is something that the people must be consulted. You must have sensitization period where the stakeholders. So how is it that you're saying that you're doing? Again, it's like telling me that you're going to cook some food for me, Brad. And then you cook some food, and when we're looking at the pot, a curry goat and pork, and say, me not eat that. You can't give me that. You cannot be cooking for me. So how is it that the JLP is cooking for the people of Portmore? And the people of Portmore don't understand where I got put in the pot.
Thank you very much. Now, can you imagine your grandparents purchased the property that you now live at, and the address has always been Cumberland Road, Portmore, St. Catherine, only for it to become Cumberland Road, Spanish Town, or Port-Henderson Road, Spanish Town.
It's a very popular place, you know. You have to talk about the popular places now. Uncle Joe boy will cook rabbit. Go away with that.
Uncle Joe.
People continue to like and to share. Uncle Joe, no rabbit. No rabbit, uncle. Not at all. Blessings to you, Auntie, and welcome. People continue to like and to share. Fire burn by you and your rabbit, Uncle Joe.
Rabbits are.
Continue.
So, can you imagine? I did not purchase any property in Spanish Town. To hell, I don't want my address to be Spanish Town. I want my address to remain Portmore.
Yes.
So the address on my passport will have to be changed. It will have to be changed because the address is now Spanish Town. It is not
displacement of the people.
It is displacement.
Yes, Andrew, all the way Everton, Jarrett. I know, because your brain is limited and you are as wicked as the Prime Minister is. And you know what? You love corruption so much that corruption is causing you to suffer in your country, but because of a love of politics and your love of the green mind, you can't see that the Jamaican people are suffering. Also you. Because if you say that you love Jamaica and love the current state of Jamaica, you're just as wicked as the Prime Minister. So yeah, Andrew, all the way for you.
Yes, and follow. The land title will have to be changed as well.
There you go.
So I want to ask the question. Sorry, Jamex. I want to ask the question. Who is going to pay all those legal fees to change the address on the land title? Who is going to do that? Who is going to pay the legal fees to have the address on the land title change? Because you no longer live at that premises. Your volume and folio on your land title will now becomes null and void. It will become obsolete. It will become invalid.
Displacement of the people.
It is displacement. It is displacement. You're going to have to go to the tax office as well. So your valuation number might have to be changed as well. Because you no longer have that address. The scheme number might have to be changed as well.
There you go. See, Auntie Paula say yes because you're in another parish.
Thank you.
All right. Everton, Jarrett, you have overstayed your time. the nonsense you can bring it to the Jamaica Labour Party's life
I'm
there.
wasting on Everton. I told you, when labor rights were being born, everyone else brain developed where it is supposed to be. Labor rights. Everton Jarrett lost his brain in his mom's placenta. The more the placenta grew, that is where his brain grew. And when the umbilical cord was cut, his
Good
brain got
afternoon.
left on the placenta and the placenta got discarded. So he's an empty-headed soul walking around roaming the place. Don't waste your time.
Good afternoon. Anyways, the other word was gerrymandering. Oh my God. The next word is gerrymandering. So please,
Sorry. Can somebody please take back phone?
yeah,
Please.
I tell you. Show the ad. But anyways, we're moving to gerrymandering. Oh, oh my.
The next word is gerrymandering. Him for come down, man, with him styrofoam brain. Sure. The next word is gerrymandering. Comrade Golden asked the question in Parliament, what is gerrymandering? And as Comrade Golden so eloquently explained, I'm going to try my best and explain it from the dictionary as well as to what it is. Gerrymandering is a political manipulation of electoral district boundaries to advantage a party, group, or socio-economic class within the constituency. The manipulation may involve crackling, and that is cracking. Sorry, not crackling, cracking. Diluting the voting power of the opposing party's supporters across many districts. Or packing, which is concentrating the opposing party's voting power in one district to reduce their voting power in other districts. Please listen carefully. Warmington will say it in his own words.
I want to play it in his own words, make the Jamaican people hear say, I no make up story,
Yes, please do.
These people are arrogant, their arrogance is skin deep. So they tie rope around their own necks and jump off and don't realize a lot of the time. So listen to this cunning, sly old, I don't know what to call him, but
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish it.
Go ahead, finish.
Gerrymandering can also be used to protect incumbents. Wayne Dawkins, a professor at Morgan State University, describes it as politicians picking their voters instead of voters picking their politicians.
How evil is that?
That is very evil. So Auntie Winsome, so what the professor said is the politician robs the voter of their choice to choose who they want to rule. They want to have represent them. Sorry, not rule.
Well,
but instead,
listen, they don't do representation because it's rule. All they do is just the rule. Because representation could never mean that in Portland you have bridge where drop down. Representation could never mean in
Vassland. It's not Portland, it's Vassland.
Oh, Vassland, sorry. And you could never mean say representation means that bridge a drop down in a Everall Warmington constituency just the same, putting the people's life at risk. That is not representation. That is ruling. A rule for say me are the man, I mean not get no PMP can get none of my money. Those are not representation, those are ruling. But anyway, people, continue to like and to share. We're listening to Jamaics and Brat as we break down what is a parish. The Jamaican people, well, labor rights don't know what is a parish. From who is in government and to the common labor right we walk on the street. Them not have a clue about what happened in Jamaica. Them just love the excitement. They like to hear the bell ring. And you know, bell was always used to gather dogs and people are things that don't have much sense. It is something that is coming from slavery. So their mentality is still tied to slavery. That is the reason why they're going to tell you that, oh, employment is the lowest it has ever been, 3.5. Let me ask you a question, people. In slavery, wasn't everybody working and not getting paid properly and not getting compensation at all? So it's the same thing happening today's date. Only thing they do is to give you a little bit of compensation so that you come back tomorrow. That is it. You get paid this week and you can't wait till the next fortnight come. It is slavery. All right, listen to the words. Listen to the acronyms. The People's National Party. So the people and the nation come before the party. And listen, Jamaica Labour Party. You see that that labor means them are work you to death and no pay. So when them boast over the low unemployment rate, ask them, how is the money? That me want to know. You're working, but you can't feed yourself and your family. How much sense it make? Are you working to live or living to work? Which one? Let me repeat. Are you working to live or living to work? Anyways, listen to Everald Warmington within garbage. Well,
Hold on, before we go to Everald Warmington, let me finish this and then we'll go to Warmington. The term gerrymandering is a portmanteau of a salamander and Ellenbridge Gerry. So Ellenbridge Gerry was a senator in the US, and this was a tactic that he United States, that's Ellenbridge Gerry, was a vice president of the United States at the time of his death, who, as governor of Massachusetts in 1812, signed a bill that created a partisan district in the Boston area that was compared to the shape of a mythological salamander. The term salamander, a portmanteau of a name, Gerry, and the animal salamander was used for the first time in the Boston Gazette on the 26th of March, 1812. So it was written into law that it is illegal. It's an illegal practice. So if these persons, if this government was in the United States today and they try this foolishness, every last one of them gonna prison.
Yes, it's very much unethical.
Yes, it is. I yield back to you, James.
Thank you. And it is something that, thank you ever so much for that information. So people will learn about what is arbitration and we learn about what is gerrymandering. Yeah? And we can see that this is just a trend by this Jamaica Labour Party, the government, and every single one of its members. Sexy K, bless up and good afternoon to you. Every one of its member, kleptocracy, that means corruption is at every corner. Every inch of this government is filled with corrupted politicians, corrupted so-called leaders. They don't respect the law. And that's why in 2022, when the Integrity Commission gave them the ethics code of conduct, which is observed internationally to say that they won't steal or embezzle funds from the Jamaican people. They did not sign it because they want to do all of these unethical practices, and nobody can hold them accountable because they say, oh, I didn't sign to that. So they know what they're doing. They're a set of cheaters, liars, and wicked set of people. People continue to like and to share. We're going to listen to what Everall Warmington is saying. And what I will do, I'll ensure that I pause it when it reaches a certain point, because we want to highlight all of the foolishness that they're saying. Because if you don't compartmentalize and contextualize these things that they're saying, it might go over a lot of people's head and it causes confusion. So we have to break it down because they're liars and wicked, and we have to unpack it. We have to break it down. Hear what this man have to say.
Southwest St. Catherine Everett Warmington says, with the coming boundary shift in Port St. Catherine, the Jamaica Labour Party will create a stronghold in the division. Mr. Warmington.
They will create a what? A stronghold. That is their sole purpose. It's not about the advancement of Portmore, because there's no hospital there, there's no court there, there's no market there, etc., etc., etc. No consultation with the Portmore people, the stakeholders. No type of respect to know what the people them want. Let me continue.
Who was addressing party faithful at the St. Catherine East Central Joint Divisional and Constituency Conference on Sunday, so the People's National Party will no longer be competition in the Portmore Division once the capital is declared a parish. He said with the candidate selections and boundary changes, he is confident that the JLP can establish a stronghold in the East Central St. Catherine Division.
The most difficult of the three was Portmore Valley. And we have made it much easier now.
Yeah, you hear that, people? The most difficult of the three was the Portmore Parish, and they make it easier now. Listen.
Since fighting before 2011, when we had the last boundary change, that Portmore should not go to Spanish Town. And today I'm happy to say that we have the boundary that we wanted all along. For real.
We have the boundary that we wanted all along. Is this man talking about the Jamaican people acquiring land or a boundary or whatever the case may be? Me don't know. I think that a leader of the country supposed to be speaking about things that is going to impact the country better. Call me a fool if you have to, but this is my understanding of how it's supposed to go. I don't know if I'm just expecting too much. People, let me know in the comment section, because I think that these leaders are supposed to do things for the benefit of the Jamaican people and not of the Jamaica Labour Party. But listen to him.
We expect Lime Tree Grove, Range Lane on that side will no longer be in Portmore Valley. So the whole of them people on the left, then all of them is in.
So the whole of the PNP them are not Jamaican, you know. The whole of the PNP them, we cut them off. This is the type of message coming from Everall Warmington. This is who people elect to be a leader. This is it in a Jamaican people. This is it in a Jamaican people. Listen to them. When we take Portmore off of St. Catherine is a different ball game. So it is not about the advancement of the area called Portmore to make it a parish. It's nothing about no infrastructural development, which they have identified from 2011 that they want to change Portmore to a parish. But instead of putting in the necessary infrastructure, educating the Jamaican people, thank you, Auntie Elaine, and thank you, Auntie Winsome. Instead of putting in the necessary things to educate the people of Portmore, infrastructure, remember, you know, the Prime Minister, Everall Warmington, and the whole Labour Right Party, 9 consecutive years in government. It is not 4 then break and then 4 after, you know. It's not 4 then break then 5, you know. 9 consecutive years. Where is the hospital for Portmore, the parish? Where is the cemetery? Where is the courthouse? Where is the market? What are the things that is needed? What are the infrastructure that is needed to establish a parish? Please, Jamaica Labour Party supporters, the Labour Right government, Mr. Andrew Holness, you are not the government for Jamaica. You're the Labour Right government because you only speak to the brain dead people of Jamaica. And you don't speak for the critical and well-thinking Jamaican. You don't speak for me because I find your communication level of trash and disrespect to the Jamaican people. You are a shame and disgrace to the Jamaican people on the international stage. We are more corrupt than ever before. And thanks to you, Mr. Prime Minister. Yeah, you don't speak for me. You're a disgrace, in my opinion. This is just how I see it. Let me continue to listen to this man.
We have a 41 seats, now 42 seats. Or that is 42 PNP, you have a 12 in Portmore. We won 2, they won 10. Yet the one is St. Catherine Parish Council by 1 seat. 1 seat is what they can change from Portmore. Now, give them back them PNP 10. Leave us alone over here. And it means that under no circumstances PNP can ever win the St. Catherine Parish Council again. Never.
That is his plan. Yeah, give them back them 10 PMP seat. This is the level of communication. No, you know. All right, Miss Purpose. Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. The Jamaican Prime Minister is just another man like you and I. We are actually the employer of him and all his minions. But because of him running a demagogue, meaning that he acts on the fear of the Jamaican people, he wants us to fear him. Yeah? And as Marcus Garvey said, without confidence, you're twice defeated in the race of life. I don't care about his personal life. I, like the other 3 million Jamaican people, finance this government. That simply means that a femia your business. And I don't care about him until he respects the Jamaican people. I won't respect him. I don't fear him. You understand? And I encourage Jamaicans not to fear. Why should we fear man? Mr. Prime Minister, you're leading a country, and I'm saying it to the international community, you know. Our Prime Minister, Michael Andrew Holness, is running a country where you have the people fearing him because he's going to come out and say that meet your judge or meet your maker. These are unfortunate and reckless statements. And when he comes out and say that he's tracking people, and then he's going to say, then the misinformation minister is going to say that nobody's tracking anybody. I am a Jamaican. I don't fear a next man. You know what I fear? Not fulfilling my purpose that the Almighty had put me on the earth to do. And I say to Jamaicans, the more you fear this man and all his 49 criminals, the more we're going to get worse and worse in Jamaica. You're at risk by just going on the road, a car can lick you down. So stand for something today that your children can be proud of tomorrow. And your children can be proud of. Fear not, God is with you.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask everyone a question. You fear something, but yet you keep it. That makes sense? I don't like any form of creepy crawlies.
Thank
It's
you.
because of that I make sure that creepy crawlies have no business around me. You cannot have someone occupying the prime minister's seat and you're in fear of that person. Get rid of him. And I'm not saying get rid of him by not leaving any life in his body. Votes got him in, votes must get him out. We live in a democratic country.
Yes.
I was raised on that principle.
We must
I
preserve
was
it.
raised on that principle. I remember I have a busted. I was giving the joke as to how I got it. And it's because I spoke my mind. I got disciplined by my nan. And it's not because I spoke my mind why she want me. She explained it to me afterwards. It's how I went about it. My nan taught me how to get rid of my problems by being diplomatic about it. And not to be afraid of anyone. And my nan blood was so green, you could call her caterpillar. But I'm pretty sure if my nan was alive today, she would be the very first one out saying, listen, get this boy out from wish party there. Him have to go. She was a woman who never put up with foolishness. And like I said, the woman's blood was so green, she painted the column of the wall green. She was that green. So I'm going to ask the question again. You're afraid of a centipede. You're afraid of that thing that has its tail curled up in its back. I am not afraid of it. I don't call the name of it. Why keep it around? The man sitting in the prime minister's seat is a centipede.
It's not deserving of it.
No. A centipede is something. It is an insect that eats its prey from the inside out. By killing it, that is how it kills its prey. It eats it from the inside out. So you on the outside looking at the poor dog and you don't know that the centipede is inside the dog eating it inside out, killing it. And that is exactly what the man in the prime minister seat is doing to this country.
Yes. Killing it from inside out.
Killing it from inside out. When you have persons like Everton or Everett, whatever he wants to be, coming out to say, no man, everything is okay. It's the dog is not whimpering because it's in pain. The dog is whimpering because it is happy. No man, the dog is sleeping, it's not dying. When the dog stiff stone kick the bucket, dead. So that is what is happening now. Jamaica is in a recession. I'm not the one who said it. It's on a website. Jamaica is the lead. Jamaica is on the top of the rest of countries that they named. That is in a recession. I said where Camila Johnson run out and said Jamaica is not a recession. Lady, go and sit down. Go and sit yourself
The same lady what they tell where did I offer the kids them in a Ukraine loan when Bama dropped.
The same lady who told a lie in parliament that she had some letter of some sorts. I don't know why them never charge her. She talked about how she needed to get some lady item out of her bag. That same woman.
Liar woman.
With her liar self.
Hold on a second. I want to bring in Miss Purpose, but Miss Purpose, before you come in, I want to say this to you. Fear is false evidence appearing to be real. Fear cripples the future. Fear causes you not to act. Fear causes you not to improve on yourself. And fear causes you never to grow. So fret not, God is with you. So welcome, good afternoon, welcome to Common Sense Reasoning. Welcome, Miss Purpose. How are you?
I'm good. Afternoon, everyone.
What is your fear about this?
Honestly, let me tell you why I said to you, say if you're not afraid. Because, all right, I've noticed that anybody says anything about the Prime Minister, I'm ready to send for them. So it's like, there's a lot of things where we don't want to talk as young people, but then you're scared.
True.
I grew up in a Garrison area. I'm not living at the
I still
Garrison
have.
anymore, yeah. So you see a lot of things, and you don't want
Ear
to
and
talk, but you're
blind,
scared.
ear and blind, well, see and blind, ear and deaf,
Here and there.
and also don't stray.
Listen, me did have to left the ghetto because it was just too much. And then when the police them come and start questioning you, you want that, but you're afraid to your life, your family, and all of that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But honestly, I'm 40. I'm pregnant. Soon have a baby.
Yes, congrats
It's
to
the
you.
worst. No, I'm afraid Jamaica in terms of is the
Oh,
worst I've seen the country. I was admitted at Spanish Town Hospital for 2 weeks because I had the diabetes. It was too high, so they wanted to keep it under control.
mm-hmm.
Now, I want to have baby before these doctors and nurses go on a strike because
Right
honestly,
again.
if Sita come,
Shit.
no,
Sorry.
it's just the truth. I was there for 2 weeks and let me tell you, my husband can tell you, my ball day and my ball night.
Wow.
It's like the doctors them they're not getting enough pay, they're not getting enough rest. I've seen doctors
True.
doing doubles and triples, and it's something where everybody know the dilemma with Spanish Town Hospital that
Yes.
there's somebody the Jamaics.
Yes.
But God is so good. My prayer, may ask God to send some people my way where I was treated good. But
Yes.
the frustration the nurses and the doctors they are going through it.
True.
I remember asking a doctor to draw some blood because I had to do a fasting blood test, and the way she looked at me,
Mm-hmm.
and the way she looked at me, Jamaica, I was like, no, God, me need to come out of this place. But then you can't blame them. The frustration, they're not getting no pay. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
doctors that she's on the shift. She think she'll go home. She just got change and come back. And I said, Doc, can I go home? No, I can't go home. I have to work. She left to work. That's what she said to me.
Wow.
So me said to my husband, say, listen, no, I have baby. Jamaica, my time is next month. And me I pray so the baby come. No, no, no. And
Jesus.
I say, no, it's like me afraid.
I
Because every
understand.
time
I
the
understand.
doctors, can you imagine the doctors and the nurses go and strike? Can you? I don't even want to picture that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love
And
to
it,
know
and it is
what
like like it is an impending danger. It's like something that you're seeing coming.
listen, and it's like the labor rights them as Brad would have say, them still I don't know what happened to them. They're so ignorant, they're so them so me don't know what to call them and them
I think it is a
not
it's a
scared.
it's a case of Stockholm syndrome where they're just attracted to their abuser, and it is a sad situation. But what I want to say to you, Miss Purpose, is that I know that you're praying, and I'm happy that you said about your husband, and I hope that your husband ensure that he gives you all the support possible
Yes, he does.
in this
Yes.
time, because we want a healthy baby and we want a healthy you. We have seen in the public hospital system where
Right. It's
it's
not nice.
either one
It's
or the
not
two.
nice at all. It's not nice.
Yeah,
It's
we've
like
seen out of one or the
not
two, and we want to ensure that you come out best, So, what is what is the setting of the hospital when you get admitted to the hospital? What does it look like to you? Does it look like a place that is comfortable?
no,
Or
no, no. There's no comfort in that word. No, nothing about comfort, Jamaica. It's traumatizing. Because I remember saying to a nurse at one point, I said to her, say, if this was my first child, me that wanna come back, me that afraid Jamaica.
true?
But as you say, being down there, all me do is call my mother, call me auntie, we just have a little prayer meeting now. Me just
Mm-hmm.
listen, me ignore everything, me black out everything, and all me can do is talk to God. Till me couldn't take it no more. Me say, God, me tired, me need to come out. It's like I've never been in a mental institute, but it's like when you get up and you're looking at the place, it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's depression out to take you. And I don't know. I don't know what Christopher Tufton doing. We don't even the Jamaica. So when I sleep and I wake up and I'm telling you of an experience, I can
Mm-hmm.
walk. There's not a comfortable bed. The
Mm-hmm.
bathrooms are a mess.
Wow.
Sometimes you see the doctors and the nurse I look for even common cotton and then can't find that. I swear to you.
Wow. So you're
And
saying that the
all just
hospital is not just traumatizing in terms of the facility, the aesthetics, but it is traumatizing to know that the nurses and the doctors don't have equipment.
they don't have it. They don't. You have a room with
How is
normal
it labor
therapist
right saying
assess
that
you.
them thing are not
Them
true?
listen to me now. That's why I wish me could have opened my mouth because these labor rights, you see, them just dumb and them just come on and those speak. Them so ignorant where everything them feel like a war thing them depend. And it's something where this is an eye opener. It's something where you see it take place and people that is going through it and that have been through it and come up and I tell us say, yo, this is what is taking place. I don't know if you remember the other day when we had the rainfall about a week. I
Yes.
remember going to the clinic and the doctor said to me, say, listen, we had to put on water boots. And I said, doctor, too liar. She said, I swear, she had to put on water boots to work in a
We saw
facility.
that there's a Niagara Falls coming through the hospital
I know
roof.
Jamaica we're talking about them. I
Just
think
one
40
second.
people
I
gone.
did want to say something to you. But thank you ever so much for opening up. And let me tell you one thing, Miss Purpose. We are here praying for you as well because every life of a Jamaican is a life of our own. We are brothers and sisters. We need to stand together, not just physically, but also spiritually, emotionally. We have to see our other brothers, sisters, pain, and look to give support. Sometimes a word will suffice. Sometimes it doesn't take money to care. Sometimes it's just the word. And let me tell you, Miss Purpose, when you come out and you speak about the situation, you're powerful. Yeah? It takes powerful people to complain. Yeah? It takes people who imagine seeing something is going to run over a baby, and because you don't want people to look at you away, you won't say anything. You're powerful when you complain, man. Trust and believe. And when you speak up, you're speaking up for a lot of people who wish they could say a word. So, Auntie Michelle Johnson, welcome. Good afternoon. People continue to like and to share. Brat, I think you have something to say to Miss Purpose. Any question for her?
Oh, I wanted to say congratulations to her. I want to say safe delivery. I want to say stay prayed up. And with that, Miss Purpose, I'm going to allow you to get it off your chest, please and thanks. Just get it off your chest. A lot of persons need to know what is happening because when we come out and we speak about it, then they tell us that we're lying. I have a video on my TikTok page where the Niagara Falls is at the Spanish Town Hospital on the NIC ward, meaning the newborn babies ward, where you see nurses and the porters. They have a vacuum trying to sucking up the water. They had mops, they had buckets, they had other things that they were using trying to get as much water off the ground to put into those buckets, but water was still coming out of the roof. And the babies, this is where the babies, newborn babies, so you have babies just being born and they're in that type of setting. So they're exposed to getting pneumonia and other respiratory illnesses as well. Then there's right now as we speak, Princess Margaret Hospital will not come for me. Princess Margaret Hospital, that used to be such a very good hospital. My children were born at Princess Margaret Hospital. So what is happening there now? And what Princess Margaret Hospital was back then, it is a crime, shame on no. Is a disgrace. When I say disgrace, I mean disgrace. Is the worst thing to have ever happened to Princess Margaret Hospital. Princess Margaret Hospital that had incubators, had comfortable beds. The wards were kept clean. The only problem we used to have was the lift. The lift. That sometimes, a lot of times it didn't work. That's the only problem. Where are they? We had clean and comfortable and sanitary bathrooms to use on the maternity ward. You could pick, choose, and refuse the beds if the wards weren't full with mummies and babies. So you mean to tell me Princess Margaret Hospital that this is the condition now? Babies are being put to rest in a chair, a plastic chair, a hard chair? Shame, shame, shame on Uno. Yes, shame. I can tell you from experience at Princess Margaret Hospital, when you see the people from Vaseland come out and say, oh, and someone is going to donate an incubator. Princess Margaret Hospital had many incubators. I'm not asking, I'm telling, and baby beds. So Miss Purpose, get it out of your system, please. And let us know, persons in the comment section and persons on the For You page, the deplorable condition of the hospitals. I know that there are no cottons and gloves and bleach, a simple thing as bleach at the health facilities. Cotton. They had to be sending back persons because all they had was 2 boxes of gloves. And the cotton, they had to say, you know what? Persons with extractions. Some persons, if your face wasn't swell, they send you back home to come back another time. Cleaning had to be done manually. The machine was not working. If it is that you needed to do an x-ray, if you have chipped teeth or a hole in your teeth and they need to figure out whether or not the teeth gone down to the veins, your sensitive area, because you know the 32, if it is down to where your nerves is, they need to do an x-ray to find out how far down it is to see if they need to send it to a specialist or if they can pull that 32, which is your wisdom tooth.
Hold on there, Brad. Said Daviana says Spanish Town send you to buy gauze for dressing. What
Same thing. Okay. I don't want to rant too much. Miss Purpose, continue, please.
And just before Miss Purpose come back in, I just want to read that Miss Doreen said, I was at UWI in March, and as I almost died there, and listening to her, I am in tears. So you see what happened, Miss Purpose? Sometimes when you share your story, it touches other people. And you know, when more people realize that, you know, somebody's there to speak about my experience, they feel better. And this, you know, it fosters a sense of togetherness, belonging. Because if you listen to the labor rights, you know, you question yourself, even if you're experiencing the situation, you're wondering, is it me that is a problem? Even though you go to the hospital not having these equipment, you're not having the beds to be on. When you hear they come out and boast about the healthcare system, you're wondering to yourself, am I lying? Am I wicked? But this is just manipulation, mere manipulation, which they constantly use and which is a disrespect to the Jamaican people. So when you say that you are in fear, Miss Purpose, I understand. Because I want to say all is going to be rosy, you know, but I know I can say it through God, through Christ. But I cannot say it in terms of the infrastructure that we have here, the healthcare infrastructure. It is not good. So, Miss Purpose, it is good when we appreciate you being strong enough to come and tell your story or say anything about it. But given you said that you have had kids before, if you don't mind sharing your experience of how the hospital then is to now. Is it a case of getting better or getting worse? Which is it for you?
It's getting worse. I had my 3 kids at Jubilee and it wasn't no problem at all. Right?
And how long ago was your last child before this one?
14.
14 years?
Right.
Wow.
Right,
So there's a huge gap, so you can tell of the experience from then till now. So
I've
give us
been
a bit
asking
of
Jamaics. I've been asking Because everything that you hear from Spanish Town Hospital is so traumatizing and you're scared. So I've been asking between my gyno and a doctor that is assigned to me from Spanish Town if I could get a transfer to Jubilee. And she said no. I don't know why she said no, because she said they don't them have everything on me already because I'm Irish because of the diabetes since I'm pregnant. But I was comfortable having my 3 kids at Jubilee. I never had no problem. The nurses were okay, the doctors, but Spanish Town, there's just something about over there where, as you say, I'll make and do a prayer.
Yes. And
But
I would suggest that
not getting any better. Nope.
so you
Even
said
the
basic
children,
items.
even cotton. Sometimes I hear the nurses them a ask about not even cotton. Like I don't know why the nurses are afraid to come out and speak. But let me tell you, I have
Job security.
good relationship with some nurses up there. I may tell you them cuss, but they just now come out come cuss to the right people
True. But you
because you
know,
have a little
they're
room in their
suppressed.
mics. You have a room where they normally test the pregnant mothers in. That little bed where you're supposed to lay down pan, when you lay down on it, your head going down, you feel like
Wow.
you're gonna jump on me. I say, nurse, this bad. And she say, see, that even a bed. And I said, no man, but this bad. This
Wow.
is so bad. Yeah, man. I mean, Spanish Town. Listen, 2023, my mother came to Jamaica. She has the diabetes and things turned for the worse. And I remember
Yes.
when I went to the private doctor, they said straight admission because the foot did look so awful. She come down, all right, and everything just turned for the worse. So I took her to the Spanish Town Hospital. And let me tell you, that was 2023, and that was no good experience. As me have to tell them, say, listen, she's no longer Jamaican, and let out my mother. And me make she go back because if there's going to be an amputation, it's not here. And the
Yes.
doctors them walk day and night dramatics because I heard when you do the surgery, you make more money. And they was insisting on cutting off my mother foot down here. When I have to make them know say if you touch her, you're not in a problem. And my mother sat in a wheelchair from about after 9. So me and my husband end up take turns. So him going go sit down with her a little and she ball for the foot all night and she sat in a wheelchair until the next morning about after 4. It was nothing good about Spanish Town Hospital and that was 2023. And they wanted to do the amputation and them couldn't do it without me.
Yes.
And every time they come to my mother, at one point I was at work and me listening, me drive like my mad go to Spanish Town Hospital. And I say, listen, them can't take your foot mommy if me not give them the okay. When I went there, I asked for the big woman, which them call the sister, and I asked her why them insist on cutting off the foot. And I had to tell them, listen, me I take my mother out here, and I take my mother out here, send her back to Florida. And she did the amputation, but I felt much better knowing say over there, sir, it's much better.
So imagine you cannot get care, you cannot get proper care in your country. You are of the belief that you are unable to get proper care in your country.
Listen to me. My mother want to come here next month knowing I'm going to have a baby and she afraid. She afraid.
Wow.
She said, God, they're going to not get sick. Listen, she's the one that made me know about Andrea all I want, because we never used to listen to program, And she
Yes.
said, like, they could nobody get sick because the hospital them. No, listen, mommy make me afraid that mommy live in Florida.
It is not about fear mongering, The truth is the truth. And it's good that mommy is informed.
Listen, it's just the truth. You live in our country, and I'm saying to mommy today, like the country is in a stagnation. I don't know if
Yes.
nobody feel it. We're stagnant, like
It is.
everywhere. It's stagnant. You're not moving.
We're at a pause. We're really at a pause in case. And let me tell you, we're at a pause because the government know that if he keeps the people hungry enough and he pay them at election, either to pay them not to vote or pay them to vote, he will be able to achieve his goal. Also, what he is doing is to ensure that he muddies the water, cause a lot of confusion in the country. That is the reason why you see they come out with half truth. They're telling you that the economy is at its best when the people of the country, poverty has moved have shifted from 12% to 21%. And they're not telling the people these things. They're not telling the people that people are just eating to survive and skipping meals in the country. They're not telling the people these things because they want to keep the people mind in a box, and they can also keep them hungry. So when they keep them hungry, it gives them something. But you see, just as how they did with Bolt, the same thing they will do with some of them. But continue.
Why? The ultimate message at night is we have to just get rid of this government body because none of them don't make no sense. And I'm just talking the truth. Not one of them don't make no sense as
When,
far
when,
as
you say, when you say none of them don't make sense, you're saying both the JLP and the PNP?
no. I'm talking about the labor rights them.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
am willing to give my goal in a chance because he has
Yeah.
never run the country before. Me believe in giving people chances.
Yes.
So give him a chance, and if you see where him now go on, how him supposed to go on, then we Jamaicans know what to do. But we don't put in Andrew for so long already, and all we see is getting
9
worse.
years.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse. Listen to me. Everybody's supposed to stress out right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who has to pull them pick me from good school because they can't afford it no more.
Yes.
And it's serious something we are going to the country.
Serious thing, and it's not a joke or anybody telling any lies. But I heard you said give people a chance.
Yeah, give him
I
a chance.
believe in giving people a chance as well, but I believe in giving the right people chances. The Prime Minister, the current Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, should have never been given a chance. Why I say this, he should have never been given a chance, because when he came to the Jamaican people, he never had a plan. He only had a promise. Again, you see, progress is different from prosperity. So prosperity is this illusion, this facade. This is this utopia which they sell, right? But when you hear progress, when somebody say that you're making progress, that means that you're gradually coming along. You're getting better, right? The reason why I say the Prime Minister should never been given a chance, when he came and he was telling the people that he's going to make them sleep with their windows and their door open, that was a very blanket statement and a very limited statement that he made, right? Because you saying that you're going to make the people sleep with their windows and their door open, that is complete rubbish if you ask me. Because there's no way you can just jump up. First thing, you didn't give a date or a time when you will be able to accomplish this. So simple means that you have no plan. How can you move a volatile society into a safe haven, as you call it? What is the plan to get people to have their door open, windows and door open? That was the question. He provided no plan, no strategy to say this is how we are going to get to it. Because from ever since people saying in Jamaica, we have to fight crime, we have to fight crime. We have been fighting crime from Jamaica existed till now. And where have that brought us? Nowhere. So it is insanity doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. And it's like an hamster running on the wheel, going round and around and around, acting like it's going somewhere. It's going nowhere, it's still in the cage, running on the cycle. But a smarter person will identify the root causes of crime and violence. What are the root causes of crime and violence? It is corruption. Yeah? Illiteracy and poverty. You fight these three things. How can you fight corruption? Better oversight committees, independent bodies to do investigation. You understand? So strengthen the integrity commission, not fight it down as the Prime Minister is doing. So that is one part, helping to fight, and also giving them prosecutorial powers so that when they catch these thieves, they not just highlight them, but then prosecute them, right? Moving to illiteracy. There's no way $902 billion cannot be accounted for in 9 years' time, and you're fighting crime. The lack of information will cause people to move to crime. Because if people are not aware about conflict resolution, they don't know how to express themselves, they're going to cause crime and violence. Look at it. When somebody is more educated, they are least likely to start brawls and fight. Right? So you have to target illiteracy. Under this Prime Minister, 9-year time, $902 billion cannot be accounted for. Grace McLean with that $124 million haven't been charged all now. You understand? Further adding to illiteracy, we have what? 18% of our youth passing 5 subjects or more. Illiteracy still a reign. And then you move to poverty. Instead of poverty coming down from 12%, it gone up to 21%. So when he sold the Jamaican people this facade that he's going to have them sleep with their windows and their door open, people should have looked through this and said that this man is a liar. He's just a wicked. He's a sleazy salesman that is selling you stinking fish in a bag. But because the bag black and you can't look through it, you don't realize that it is not good. Again, he said that he was going to bring in the big companies to rival JPS. How are you going to install this big company? Which big company have you identified? If this man had said to the Jamaican people, this is the difference between progress and protest and prosperity. You know. Progress is going to tell you that, hey, we're going to give a lot of green loans. What are green loans? Green loans and grants. What are green loan and grants? So that people can have more access to solar energy. Jamaica blessed to have sunshine like 90% out of the year. Or 95 if you want to say that. Right? If he had said, all right, we're going to ensure that we give more grants for solar system and teach people about the procurement process, then we can say, all right, now we're moving on to having Jamaica being energy free and we're being self-sufficient when it comes on to energy. Then you know that this man makes sense. Him deserve a chance. But no, he never tell Jamaican people that. He said that he's going to have fixed election date. He did not say to you that I'm going to pass the legislation in the first, well, he did give the first 100 days. The first 100 days gone all long. And we don't hear nothing about it. Impeachment bill, we don't hear nothing about it. He told the Maroons in 2015 there will be no mining in the cockpit country. If I lie, you think me I tell Labour right? Go on YouTube and go on Voice Media Jamaica. I think Jamaica for sale or land for sale, island for sale. And you can go and read or watch it rather. Put on the caption so that you can read the words. The Prime Minister said that there will be no mining in the cockpit country. In 2016, when he went in, he said that we cannot pretend like mining and bauxite doesn't contribute to the GDP. How much does it contribute, Mr. Prime Minister? Do you have over 51 shares in Naranda Bauxite Company? These are the questions you're supposed to answer to the Jamaican people. We need transparency, accountability, integrity. Integrity is doing what is right when nobody is looking. So that is the reason why I went off about that mispurpose about people getting a chance. You give people a chance who deserve it. The Prime Minister did not sign the Ethics Code of Conduct to say that he won't steal from the Jamaican people. That is a problem. People who do these things don't deserve a chance. Because it's like you are now employing somebody who have a criminal record. You have to have a criminal record if you don't want to sign to say that you won't hurt anybody. So the Prime Minister don't deserve a chance. Him don't deserve to be called the Prime Minister of Jamaica. So when I listen to Mark Golden, as I said, I've never voted before, but I've never listened to a politician who have such detailed plan of how every single thing works in the country. If you don't believe me, Go on YouTube and go back to the conference. His presentation at the conference. Let me tell you, I remember this gentleman, him call him Shitty. Shitty is a man in the community, you know. That's when I was living in St. Mary. Shitty was a loud man, you know. And Shitty always in a some kind of confusion or something. But I remember a profound lesson that Shitty taught me one day. He said, not just to me, but a group of us as boys were out there. Auntie Paula, good afternoon. And he said, you know, Shitty said to us that money no like nice. And that could never be truer than it is. He said money no like noise. So anyway you see, people will love noise and normally broke people. But people who take the time out to explain things, these are successful people. And that is who Mark Golden is. Comrade Mark Golden is a strategic man. Money no like nice. So when you hear them ring the bell, a confusion that. Auntie Paula, good afternoon to you. How are you?
Good night, Brad.
How
Good
are you? Good
afternoon,
afternoon,
all.
all is well?
I am, yeah, man, I am well. I am giving God thanks for life. I'm here counting down the days
Yes.
until we can absolutely and truly get rid of this government once and for all
True,
and get
true.
us back on a path of economic growth, job creation, job and wealth creation,
There you
and
go.
overall peace. That is so important. We can get all else, peace of mind is absolutely priceless.
Say that
Peace of
again,
mind.
Auntie.
Peace of mind. It's absolutely priceless. You
True, true.
can't put a, and you just resonate when you said money don't like noise. Somebody said to me this one day, you ever go up in the hills where the upper echelon of society live? You don't even hear dogs barking.
True, true.
Absolute still. The most you will hear is the sound of cars passing by. They don't play their music too loud. They don't have noise.
Yes.
But take a sojourn down into the inner city, and every street corner you hear some panana.
True, true.
You hear pan knocking, you hear noise, you hear confusion. You're in an overstimulated environment, and the stimulation is never usually good
True, true.
because what poverty likes is noise and overstimulation. And I took offense to that. I took offense to that, and I said, "Well, you're brighty." But when I sat down and I looked around my surroundings, and I said, "My God, what a profound speech! What a profound saying!" I hear you come back and resonate it.
You
Money
say
not like
energy never
noise.
dies.
And irrespective of how they put it, it goes back to it. In order for you to have peace of mind, you can't have noise.
True, true.
In order for you to be wealthy, your mind has to be engaged because you have to think of new and innovative way to get more wealth or to keep yourself wealthy. So you can't operate in noise. You can't operate in noise. You notice how you have just that lull in your background? It helps calms the nerve. The music
Yes.
itself helps calms your nerve. And so you come across with the aura of peace and tranquility. I've never heard you raise your voice. I've never
Ah,
heard you raise your voice, neither brat, but
true.
you drive home your point. succinctly, and you don't do it in a well of noise. You do it in peace and calm. And that's what I need for Jamaica. It stimulates your mind
Yes.
when there's peace and when there's calm. And going back to this whole Portmore thing, when you sit and look at it, Jamaica, I remember when in the 70s when Portmore started and they were building up the schemes over there. They wanted a particular crowd because it was made for civil servant. Just like how Mona was created for top level civil servant, they wanted housing solution, and that's why they went with Portmore because of it's how you could move between Portmore and the industrial areas within the Kingston and St. Andrew metropolitan. Because at that point they had a causeway bridge and there wasn't this much cars, and so it was just like public transportation and for the one or two persons that really had a car. But it was really for top level civil servants. Because if you look at that Edgewater, Independence City and thereabout, you can see the type of structure that they had. And you can know that whole community was created for a type. And then it started booming because we recognized that. And not only upper, the top level management needed housing, the cleaners needed, the little secretary needed something of our own. The gardener who worked for the top people, they needed something.
True.
Everybody needed a roof over their head. Everybody.
True.
And so it was mandated and appointed that the government do this because we realized if it was private development, a lot of us will never become homeowners. Never. And most of the lands that they used over there were sugar lands. Let's just get it straight. I went to live over there and the rat them would have killed you.
Yeah.
And somebody kept saying, you're not going to get rid of them because this was their home. This was their natural habitat.
True.
Them leveling the land and make it accommodative for residential use. But the same rat, then you have to go live with them because they were cane piece rats.
True.
And they were there since slavery as they were used to control them, and mongoose were used to control the snake population. We're going, you see how we can go back? And I remember this.
History beautiful.
Yeah, when it became the residential hub, it was our example of suburbia. You live here and you sojourn into the metropolitan area.
Yes.
And when you finish, you exit it and you went to the residential area. Nothing wasn't wrong with that. Don't it?
True.
You were providing housing solution, and then it Portmore took on a life of its own because you lived there. But still, you had to shop. You had to do your regular thing, and you had to come out of your residential abode and go back where you come from, where you work. And we saw Portmore being developed, being structured. And just a point, and I'm straight from the point, Portmore is the largest residential settlement in the English-speaking Caribbean. The last survey that was done, it was estimated that 250,000 persons resided in Portmore. And to see this
how much you said the population
really,
was again, for those who are listening?
It was estimated that it was over 250,000 persons. That was in the early 2000s or late 1990s, early 2000. Because it took on a life of its own and it became the residential capital
That's
of
densely
Jamaica.
populated, you know.
We know that, but the land space was there. And
Yes.
as I say to you, your people needed housing, right? And you
Yeah.
needed housing that would afford them to commute from them home into the metropolitan areas so that they could work there and come back home. Okay? And
Mm-hmm.
look at that concept right there.
Yes.
And we see it happening in the big cities too. Most people work in the city, most New York centers in Manhattan. And a lot of people live off the island of New York. They live outside the boroughs, don't
Yes.
it?
Yes, they do.
Yes, so that was the whole aim and objective of Portmore area. And I remember when they wanted to upgrade it and update it and do all that sort of thing. And all of the people them had one town hall meeting at Art Academy and the people they moved and they got the city status. Right? I remember in that this was in 2003 that they got the city status. And they in their dialogue. Even when they were bringing the toll over there, they dialogue with the people. I remember one meeting got so contentious that Mr. Lee, God rest his soul, get up and walk out of the meeting because he was sided with the people. I said, but you can't toll us to come our yard. Mr. Lee, George Lee, sided with his people in Portmore because he lived in Portmore. And he sided with us. And when we were marching, going out there and going out, he was there leading the charge. And people were saying him is a traitor to the PMP. But no, he was siding with his people. When Peter wanted to bring the idea of turning it also into a parish because of it, and the people said, no, you can't parish with. We're not a hospital. We never have this. We never have that. As I said, and I'm going to point out, it's the largest residential area within the English-speaking Caribbean. You think reside, you live, work, you live, you commute. And now, labor rights who have no, tell me what they did for Portmore in introspect. What have they done for Portmore to elevate Portmore? Hmm?
They're not educating the people.
Huh?
They're not
Because
educating the people.
based on how they want to cut it, and they're going to move certain communities and link certain communities together. So I buy my house and it says Portmore St. Catherine. And my land title says Portmore St. Catherine. So they're going to move me into Spanish Town. And Portmore will be what? Portmore, don't it?
Yes. What's the capital?
And somebody said just like Kingston, Kingston.
But
Which that was a
why?
decision taken.
But why? But the thing is, why didn't they consult the public of where they think should
Exactly.
be the parish
And this is what
capital?
I keep saying. This is what I'm saying. There was the only consultation I know when that argument came up was under PG. I don't think there was another one because if it was, the people would have been because after that, me no know them never sworn PG out of Portmore. And he left it alone. He left it alone and he made them a city.
But again,
Sunshine City.
Again, where is the consultation? These are the things. Where is the sensitization?
Exactly.
These are the things that
Exactly. And as I said, Jamaica, when they wanted to bring the tool, they consulted. I remember one time Bobby said off camera and the camera picked it up. when him asked Mr. Lee if it was feed time at the morning, you can go back, go look on that.
What?
You can go back, go look on that.
Rude.
I'm not speaking ill of my party, but I'm saying it got that acrimonious.
Mm.
It got that acrimonious. It got that acrimonious. And they show them the plan and show them how the thing would have been. But the people are saying, but you're still at all to come our yard. Because it was done in order to alleviate traffic congestion. Because at one point, in the morning, you could have a one-way on it. And in the evening, a one-way come over. And it still couldn't alleviate the traffic. Not to mention when you take Mandela.
Boy, I tell you.
Okay?
I tell you, man, it is just a shame to see how this government operates. And
Exactly. And you see, I keep saying it's tyrannical and it's dictatorial. It's a dictatorship that you're coming with. You have no regards for the people that elected you. And we elect you. Well, not me, but people voted for you.
Not me either.
People voted for you. And you came with 100 promises. And you have not carried out even one. But you hurriedly trying to pass legislation without even consulting the opposition.
If me I do something major and you're a part of the business and I don't consult you, I don't count you.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're saying that they don't count the Jamaican people. So you people in Portmore,
no,
your Prime Minister, Everald Warmington, Andre Wheatley, they don't respect you. They don't care about you. Who are you? You don't make sense to them.
You're trampling on their path. Their path you're trampling on, not the people's path. Theirs. So you're only there. I don't know what purpose they see you as. Maybe only to vote them.
Yeah, man, we see you at election time. That is when we value your opinion.
Exactly. And it behooves me, trust me, to see that he is totally disrespected the people and the country.
Yes.
Because there's no country without people. It will end up be a landmark. So, and I said it to somebody. I said it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, John.
This is the reason why they don't have a problem when so much people migrate, They don't. Because more people migrate is more land for them. The less people they have to trick. And then they confuse those who are here, who left, they confuse them and also starve them. So they starve them off road. That is the reason why they're now giving them road, because it's almost election time. People, don't you see the same trick happening over and over again? And then them starve you off food.
Jamaica, we're heading into the 22nd century, right? That's where we're heading. We're going to see new and innovative. AI basically got to develop, and we there are still a battle for road water.
That's what I'm saying, Auntie Paula. I keep saying it. The rest of the world run with the science, technology, innovation, and we still are a beg for road and water and a cry over skin. It's the state of the Jamaican people.
How are we going to propel ourselves forward when basic amenities is something that they think is a luxury to you? Because basically, they might tell us, you're not nobody, not even road and water in entitled to.
The basic amenities in order to have a civilized country, and we don't have it. So in turn, we're not civilized, that they're saying to us. You don't deserve road and water
Exactly.
until we want a vote from you. We come and throw a little tar upon it. See, Brad said, we are 50 years behind. The technological revolution has passed us from 1950. We are behind, people. And that's you're supposed to look at this to say that we are behind as a problem. You don't believe that we are behind? You remember in COVID-19, when the Prime Minister the government of Jamaica get how much aid? And what they said to the Jamaican people, oh, you need to sign up so that you can get it. I'm asking the
Yes.
Jamaican people, how much of you have fully functioning Wi-Fi in your area? Cribs and corners of Jamaica. How much of you are computer literate? How much of you can sign up something online and follow the basic instructions? They use that to embezzle the money. How much people got out of the money? These are the things to show you that Jamaica is behind.
You mean the 7.5 million US that was
There
sent?
you go.
And that is not counting the money that came from China.
Thank you. And
That's
from
just,
Canada. And from England.
And from England. And we all know that England spend pound. So all I'm talking about is the $7.5 million US that was sent. We don't know anything about the Canadian money. Because if Donald Trump did not come and let the cat out of the bag, we would not know that all these monies were sent here. But Elon Musk, Donald Trump, you need to do an audit of those monies that came here. I'm not going to say anything further.
Yes, because we haven't seen any community project, as they said that they send money to do. We don't see any initiative where we are seeing on the television, the radio, and social media. Nothing about awareness about HIV and AIDS, and money was sent for that as well. We don't see that the healthcare facility has been improved. We are telling, I don't know if I tell lie, but Auntie Paula, you see any of these things? Where's the community drive?
I have been asking about that sensitization program that they were supposed to have implemented that spoke to LGBTQ, ZYK.
The 1.5 million US that was sent for that?
I was asking for that because I have yet to see a formulated program that would have made the Jamaican people sensitized to whatever the alphabet people. I wanted to know who received that money. When was that handing over ceremony? Or was that money funneled to Jamaica? Who are the recipients?
Yes.
Of those money, and what was the formulated program
Thank you.
they were supposed to use to sensitize the people about alphabet people?
Those are the questions.
Where is that? Where was that program? Who were the target? What was the age group?
Yes.
What was the literature that was going to be used? Who were the persons that would have been employed?
Yes.
To sensitize people about the rights and privilege of the alphabet people. That whole thing, that whole money that was sent here. Well, I understand HIV, AIDS, and all of those related, because that will forever be a scourge and a disease that we have to fight. It has become even. When last we hear some statistics.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Where is the sensitization for the public? Where's the information drive? Where is the awareness initiative? Where are they?
Who were the agency that was going to be overseeing?
Thank you.
How this program, what was it going to be? Which ministry? The Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education, the Social Ministry. What ministry? What ministry? Why this big secret? Why is everything a secret?
Thank
And
you.
I said to somebody, I said, when John Kennedy stood up in their Congress and was talking about it, he never said he sent it to the Prime Minister of Jamaica. It was sent to who? Repeat it, who?
To the government.
Blinking. It was the people of Jamaica. Me, the person in Jamaica. I mean, never even know some money did come.
I didn't know either. After Bratch
Hmm?
and I went on the US website, we saw all of these monies. I couldn't believe it.
Exactly.
The same Jamaica, the same Prime Minister and also the former Finance Minister saying that, oh, they don't have to borrow any money. So I was shocked.
Exactly.
Very, very much shocked.
Exactly. And what if this would have been a loan? And how would this loan be paid back? This was monies donated, right? That was supposed to be, it was earmarked for something. So where it earmark is, where it's floating around in.
Why don't the Jamaican people, why aren't the Jamaican people properly informed?
Hmm?
Why don't we
What was it?
Jamaican people know how these money, when these monies are coming, what are these
Exactly.
money intended for? How is it that you're going to roll out the initiatives for these programs? Why aren't the Jamaican people informed about their business?
Everybody.
We have to do it.
Kadian, me don't tell you, say, Kadian, you see them? You're lucky if you go up on them platform and get we say good afternoon, yeah? The first thing,
no, but we can't,
me not know
we
you
can't be like that.
Hold on,
brother, and stop the real man, brother.
Listen to the man. All right, look at more. Look at more.
Hold on, man. Let me say something, brother. Make you have a say. I'm going to say.
Go ahead, Mickey. Go ahead.
All me I say, you see, Kadian, I go up on a lot of JLP platform. Nowhere are my mother, my father, and my sister, my brother, and my woman, my wife, where they not tell me if we go dig up. All because of the facts where I read that to them, yeah? These people, me hear them say they not give no PMP, no chat, and no entertain on them farm. And may I tell you this, and I'm going to leave you with this. Don't think to say you ain't no JLP can tame in. If you're not for labor right, no make no sense. Where you say your facts where you read and where you want, job, it make no sense to them, baby love. And I just decide that.
And I think, Mickey,
more people come
you are missing, Mickey, you are missing the point of what I said with that statement. You're missing my point. My intent, we will never be able to win over a diehard. Just like you, Mickey, is a diehard PMP, and I don't think there's any facts that a JLP can ever come give you to win you over. Hold on. So the intent is never to win over the diehard people. I literally use the example that we get it. Those diehard people, you're not gonna win them over. But there's gonna be the swing voters listening in. There's over 100 people right now sitting listening to this chat, right? Those people, you think that the entire 100 of them are JLP or whatever, somebody might be a swing voter in that, and some of them might be the ones them where them not follow politics the way you follow politics. You understand? So we have to educate them, but we cannot do it with the ignorance.
We come over here, we come over here and spread propaganda upon Desmond Mackenzie, you know. And a propaganda
I agree with you 100%, Kadian.
Hold on, so let's address the box a little bit. Let's address the chat. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Mickey. Sade, I saw your message and I'm gonna respond. Go ahead, Mickey.
Right. The word that you're using it sounds disrespectful to your partner. Let's say they are ignorant. But
I did not say no, man. Come on, man.
No,
I said ignorance.
No, she
There's
said
a difference with saying what's your ignorance than saying somebody is ignorant. I would never. First and foremost, this girl that y'all seen at Mama San is my first cousin. My father, niece, our mother, my auntie. I would never look at my own cousin and blood cousin and call her ignorant. I said don't work with the ignorance. Different words, please. I would never call y'all an ignorant person.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, see, some of them guys who come up on your platform, they are troublemakers. So you have to watch it with them because I know them people. Yeah. But I'm saying is, see, the whole thing for the indigent where Desmond Mackenzie is talking about, they are being abusive to taxpayers' money. And the reason why I say that, if you guys notice the Queen from Westmoreland, the house that she gets, that could never be a house for the indigent. Right. That's supposed to be a house for labor rights, for rewarding faithful labor rights. So that's from the Labour Party.
The movie star.
Yeah, man.
Oh, she get the house. I feel her teeth have been braces. She has big eyelashes. She bleach out from head to toe. Oh, she get a house.
I'm Brazilian.
With $60,000 hairstyle.
Yeah, so let me keep the
okay, so what y'all are saying, so basically y'all are saying that the program and the beneficiaries then to the program and I don't agree with. So I agree with that. I want to address something where somebody put in the chat. Hold on, I don't want to ignore the chat. So somebody here used the term Section 8. So I'm assuming they are in America as well. And they're saying that the program is similar to Section 8. So I want to clear that up, right? Because that's a misinformation. Section 8 in America, you're renting and it's fully by the government, right? The government provided you with a voucher and said, go rent a place and we will pay the rent. They are not telling you to build on your own family land and then at the end they take it from you. It is not happening. Is the people who put this in power is banking on, and please don't get at me here. Please don't, because it's going to sound horrible. It's banking on the illiteracy level in Jamaica. Because the illiteracy level in Jamaica is so high, they are banking on the fact that people don't know or them don't know no better. So we are going to use them. And that the government do. I don't know wise enough to open up an eye and realize what the government do.
Exactly.
I am neither PMP nor JLP. I have no dog in the fight. I just have shown right from wrong. A government cannot come and say, I am giving you something, and in the end, I'm taking away something that belongs to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Correct, madam.
Yeah, can I talk now?
Correct.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, man. Open up.
Well, let me tell you something. Many of you people do not know. Yeah. Most of them are abroad. We are dealing with the people that were out here now where they're on the ground.
On the ground. Yes, DJ.
On the ground, people attack. You understand?
But, hey, just looking at the comment and so much labor right there in my comment attack and all them attack, all they are reading for. I'm not sure that them still are reading.
It's not interesting.
Just watch it.
Good. You could have preached a little more. Them come with them program.
And the propaganda we have spread pandemic, you know, DJ. And somewhere, Pablo, and somewhere we see and we see on news. I find me there. So we watch the TV every day and so on. And the people that do parliament.
Baby girl, put all of the radio stations in Jamaica together now. You people is doing a damn good work more than the journalists. We don't have no journalists in Jamaica anymore.
Thank you, we really appreciate that. But Brainbox is wrong. Brainbox has said the people. One second, the Brainbox is saying that we are talking about two different programs. No, we're not. Brainbox, I'm specifically talking about, just want to clear up what we're talking about because probably new people came in. We're speaking about one specific program, and I'm just pulling up right now. This is called the New Social Housing Program, and its acronym is NSH. That is the program we are talking about. That is it.
Okay, now go ahead. Yeah, two years ago, me there from St. Mary to Portland. A place called named Dover in Portland, Swampland. The government have the audacity. To them no want the people that go live panic. Send us down there to severe it in a swamp. You understand? And these people have to find material to fill that piece of land with swamp. You understand? And if the over to get a good rain and the sea for come in, what are those people wash away?
Is that a part of this program? Is that a part of the NHS program? The NHS?
Every land is a part of the program because we have put all of the land. Then the government
well,
said
no,
them
we can't do that. No, that's not what we're gonna have. That we're gonna speak. We said we are talking about one program. This particular program is no every land. This program, the new social housing.
Why you don't make somebody tell you what's taking place, miss?
Hey, DJ, Pablo.
Yeah, listen.
Pablo, listen what me I said to you. I know you are run the program, and my program, and my cousin, she, my moderator.
All right, son. All right.
Yeah, but give her information, man. A land severe need.
Listen to me now, Pablo. The woman I make you know say. Them say 4 different programs there in Jamaica where them are build house to people. We're not talking about the 4 different programs. We're talking about the one.
Mamas. One program and a thief.
Oh, you're going to interject her when you understand what she has said. You have to listen to what she has said because we are talking about the one where Mackenzie talk about specific say. If you come with your land title and everything and then build the house, you can't do the addition on it, you can't do the subtraction, you can't rent it, and you can't hand over to your family. When is the family give you the land to put your property on it? And the land we are talking about. We are talking about that program.
I'm going to give you 2 examples. And then I don't.
Yeah, Pablo, you hear what I tell you what she's talking to you about? You listen when I tell you what she's talking about and that
me hear what you say. But you see Gregory Park, there's coming with police and things.
Yeah, big man, I want program we are talking about, big man.
Pablo, now your program this now you come with like myself and me now want for me you have nothing over no. Just listen up. Yeah man, if you want to come there, you come down man. But you man. And now you are on this. And your program. Me not come over your life.
The problem with this housing program, I say, Mama son, the government is using the taxpayers' money as a waste. Yeah, because they might use it and give it to us labor right operative. So that is the whole problem of this housing, indigent housing. And if you look at the people who is benefiting from the housing project, some of them are not indigent. Some of them are not indigent. Yes? So my opinion, them have to try to revamp the program and try to give more indigent persons these homes, right? And just keep the program respectful, yeah. And that is my.
Hello, listen on, I want to come up here about respectful or something. Listen on, me talk and if me feel like them are say things to me where we are trying to explain and then maybe I got diss them, and them are trying to make it look like a lie we are tell or something me have build up. Make me this them on my program. So who want the panya, who want come off. Never 100 people, nobody even tap up the screen now, nothing. And we are trying to educate them and make them to go on. So we don't come over here for beg not to understand nobody. We just watch me news and see what I go on and see a robbery without obligation that Desmond Mackenzie they come out to poor people. And then when they do that now, he must come back say PMP has spread propaganda. When I feel him out, he come out twice. And that's what we are talking about. So if them come up and text on where me not like, they're going to send them in their mama and they're going to run them off of my platform. And then they're going to call them come over here. All right, son.
Okay, then later.
All right. Thank you so much for chiming in. But I just so for those who are new and didn't hear in the beginning, so the conversation today is specifically about Desmond Mackenzie. He has a new program that is called the New Social Housing Program. All right. And I'm reading, as y'all can see, right? I'm reading verbatim here. And according to them, all houses are constructed on land provided by the beneficiaries. That is the key that we're talking about. Yes. The land must be provided by the beneficiary, meaning the person who wants the help, the poor person, must have a land. So basically, your family member did dead left one land here, your grandfather from back then have a little piece of land, and your family them say, yo, you don't really have nowhere to live. So if you can get through on the program, take that piece of land here and get the government to help you build on it, because a part of it, they have to show the actual land ownership, right? It says this includes the land ownership. Then it goes on to say, it does not operate on a rent, lease, or rent-to-own model, and that the ministry does not have lands. The ministry does not have lands to facilitate such a model. The beneficiaries of the house under the indigent housing program, which is a different program, also had a similar worry. So both of these are two separate programs, and I'm pointing that out because y'all keep using them interchangeably, and these are two separate programs, right? However, similarly in both programs, and I'm going on, it does say, and I'm looking for the code, the houses remain the property of the municipal corporation. So if someone dies, the new municipality retains the right of the house, and it is passed on to someone else in need. So basically, what the government is saying in this specific program, you must come with your land where your family provide you. You have a land, and we are going to build a house and you go and live in it. But when you're dead, the land, the house, and everything now belong to the government. That is what we're talking about. They are basically stealing land from the Jamaican citizen. Exactly, now with that information, I'm going back on mute.
Yes,
and can continue the conversation.
Yes, miss.
All right. We're gonna one say that.
Yeah, blessed time.
Yeah, we can talk. Wow. All right. That I think when me can, I just know say no, this is a natural thief, because all right, nobody is now get that the land apart from the government, because the government don't tell you say if you want the house you have to carry land come. So how you gonna give some other man the house when no have no land? That means to say find you dead that the land they have for them.
And the house are for them and the land. The house are for them and the property for the land.
The house and the land are for them. So yeah. If you give another man a house, you know. If you give another man a house, you have to come with the land again too, you know.
So it's the next thief that.
So but another thief that.
Blessed child, hear what me I say. Oh, my grandfather was old here call and I said me no. And me know me have family where I really want to get one of them houses because them less fortunate. And them come to my cousin, and my mother, and my auntie. And say, auntie daughter, auntie Marjorie, you know, say, we want to build a house for the property down a yard there. And we say, all right, go on, the government will give you a 2-bedroom house. And we give them the title and say, go build it. Remember, our grandfather, they left over 100 others. Great grand, you know.
So the whole get lose.
Well, so plus the family member that who get the house, probably have a grandpit them. And if she alive, fear pit them can't get the house. Nobody for the family can't get the house. It have to go to the government. And that's
for the government.
Yeah.
That's the government taking.
Yeah.
Because remember, you don't get no title for whole lamp and you have to give the government the people for whole lamp and
them whole lamp the title. And then them tell us, you know, them build a 2-bedroom concrete house. You know, you hear what the thiefing man say? It's not wood, it's concrete. All right. A 2-bedroom concrete.
That means you can't pull down.
So here we know, 2-bedroom build concrete house. So me, you know, grew up as a little granddaughter, get a bus, find a little man who can bus me. And decide to grandma, me gonna build a 2-bedroom upstairs too, and grandma give the okay, you can't do that. You can't.
No, you can't do that.
You can't do paintbrush, you can't drop on one of them.
So you tell me say if them for just living in one way and to only build it, no upliftment, no for go on the property. And
you understand? I got more I know.
That's what
because all right. Me remember when Manley used to give a concrete house. Me not about no borders. Cause the first me not old enough in this to remember when Manley give a 2-bedroom concrete house.
Yeah.
Well, you're young, but me know say in the 70s when Manley give a concrete house and concrete tank to people. Remember when Siaga in 1980, Siaga go out tell the people them say they have to pay for it, and Manley have to come out and say no.
Blessed child, me no also know Michael Money, and I give it out
Michael
alone,
Money,
you
me no
know.
also my poor boy, you know, Michael
No,
Money,
and thank.
Michael Money did not. Blessed
So,
child, Michael Money was giving away house with land and title. Brother, talk it
Yeah, and thank. And thank and everything.
Yes.
Good
Yes, you
afternoon.
get
Good
the land
afternoon,
and title and
KD,
you can't get
panel,
land to
chat.
go work.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
my
Can I
Natalie.
say something?
Michael Money do that and he never take none for, he never
All
take
right,
no
hello,
poor.
Mikey, Natalie wants to say something. Let me hear what she have to say. Stay along.
Good afternoon, panel, chat, Mama San, KD. How is everybody? Quick question,
They are
Mama
the
San.
topic.
Right. I just heard you say something about house. Like if the PMP JLP got you in a house, if you pass, it can't go down to your next generation. Is that right?
Yes, that is what the man put out in a public. He put it out in the world public. The man say, if you have if them find out say me live on deplorable condition, I'm living in one in the most desperate way, and my family decide to give me a piece of the land where them have, and them build a house on it. If me have one child and me pass off tomorrow, my picnic can't get the house where them build. It have to go back to the government. So we have to hold that. That's something I think so. But the people they look at unscrupulous, underprivileged, dirty labor right there when you say a text. Want to make it look like me and my cousin come on platform and tell like on Bushrat, this man Mackenzie, where fee mama scandal man fee mama usually tell. This man Mackenzie now we don't know what degree him have. And then when him find out everybody a look against him now, him a try to say PMP has spread propaganda upon him and we are tell life upon him. Are you
Somebody is echoing. Somebody is echoing.
So that means then we'll never have generational wealth if that's the case.
Exactly.
Which is not fair and it doesn't make any sense.
Okay,
the only possible way that can be fair, the only way, and this is just splitting justice, they would have to be providing everything, land, house, everything, and just say, well, yeah, that's the only way this can be fair.
We can't understand that.
Then we couldn't have nothing to say then, right? We couldn't have nothing to say.
No,
true.
But no, ladies, with all due respect, that wouldn't be fair either. Then, all right, so when my family would I get when me gone, then if a government help me with my taxpayer money and do something, you want to tell me, say, the family not supposed to benefit off of that?
Yes, because
so look at them. So what I say, all right, then build a house here then, my friend. Just listen to this now.
Yeah.
And you say, all right, that's you find one little boyfriend. Cause you ain't really old yet, but you not going for you and you qualify for one of the house. So you know the house now you find a little boyfriend and boop no go do no do and get pregnant and two people they come.
Yeah.
So you want to tell me say no, not two of them find the land when me pass them for show you and the pitney?
No, I don't believe that should happen. Then I think in that case, then there should be a buyout program. I still don't believe that
that's
immediately.
Thing.
It's
all right. You see,
that.
for me, all right, what them should have said no. You see, for them find the land and build the house, you say, all right, may I give you 5 years if you don't pay off for it then. So you get a job and every month you will contribute certain things towards it.
Yes.
But if
it's an old enough man now, if you older man or woman now, you know, no family, well then can say, all right, me have take care of you, so tell your past, then me take by the house. Cause yes, me give another old man or one old man.
But he must benefit with the family. You can't
but I say no, but I say if you don't have none, you know, cause you know, see you have some man out there whenever.
So you have some people when are not pitney man, and them not.
Yeah, no, I know pitney.
Yeah, you understand if them are people there.
Them national public
TV.
And that they want debunk
Andrew Semban in a 1 bedroom house this week and next week in a 2 bedroom.
In a 2 bedroom house.
And talk about
So we don't understand
his
them.
mother give him olive eucalyptus oil. If you
And
get
in
that,
His
grandmother,
grandmother running down.
talk
So,
today.
so we don't know. All right. You don't know. We don't know who he grew up with because first you say I'm grandmother in a one room and running down.
and
Then
give
the other
eucalyptus
time
oil.
and his mother and his father.
I'm father
And
and him
his
mother.
mother and
Well, my mother
father and the
live
sister
in a two-bedroom
grew up.
house now.
That's why I end up get two father.
All that true. That's
So
my
when he grew up in one of the house with his grandmother. And his grandmother running down for getting eucalyptus oil, he run to go live back with him in a 2-bedroom. God must have
Comrade,
it
me
put
can
it.
quickly say something real quick. Me know me just come, but me there work.
Yeah, man, say it,
Can't say
man.
something, man. Blessed
Yeah.
evening.
While I understand that the new social housing program and the indigent housing program are two separate programs, one in the Prime Minister office, which is the new social housing program, one in a local government, which is overseen by Desmond Mackenzie. Fine. If they are saying the houses that the Prime Minister are giving out are not going to be taken back by the government, and it's the houses that are issued by local government that will be taken back, then they need to show us the houses that were built by the local government on government land.
Same, sir.
Because
Yeah.
surely you cannot build a house on people's land and then take it back.
Yes.
Another
That's
thing,
right.
the one suit fit all is not gonna work because different people have different situations.
Yes.
And so, if you're a single indigent person and you're up in your age, and the government builds you a house on government land, then we would expect that if you pass on, they'll take it back.
Yes.
However, if
That
you
makes
are a
sense.
family, if you are an indigent family, then we should be offering these people rent to own.
The family
Yeah.
then. Yes, exactly.
Right.
The
Yeah.
family, yeah.
Because while we
But
understand
what
that
if the
if it's
house?
the government, yeah, go ahead.
But what
Somebody
if
was
the
saying something?
house was
Yeah.
owned outright? But what if the government? No. What if the person, sorry, owned the
Mm-hmm.
house outright?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Why
That
shouldn't it go
different.
down to another family member if they don't have like kids? That's what I want
Yeah.
to try to understand.
Right, but they at this point they wouldn't have owned the house because it's the government building the houses, right?
Yeah.
So it would be the government building the house. And I'm saying it this in the context that local government would build indigent houses on government property, not people's private land.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Right?
That land would
So
owned
if,
by the
if the
government,
houses
right?
are
Cause
built on exactly, if the houses are built by the government on government land, then we can understand these are indigent houses. And if you're
yes.
not a family and you pass on and there's no other family member that was living there before you, then we would take it back. However, if
Did,
you have a family, then we would
So
bring a
why?
different discussion because we can't take away the house from the family.
Exactly.
yeah.
Naturally.
So what? Yeah. So if the family have
So why
somebody who
wouldn't
come
they
to
do
take care of them
something?
as a family member and then pass out, well, you gonna tell me
Right.
say the family have to go move out of the house and make them take it back and somebody's gonna live in there? You don't give them the preference. And
And
listen,
But
no, you
I
have to pay
government
people
choose him,
now.
mama son. I government choose who him a carry come there, you know. The
But
Okay.
you know,
candidate
there's
are
another
favored, you
thing.
know.
There's another thing that I want to point
But
out
why wouldn't
because
they?
Desmond Mackenzie said it is the Poor Relief Act that stipulates that if you live in a indigent house and you die, the government should take it back. But the Poor Relief Act did not say that.
Yes.
They are the ones interpreting the act in that way, which is very cruel because the act says the government is in charge of managing the house. So I guess it leaves it up to interpretation, and they are the ones interpreting it as the government
Beautiful
should
time.
take back the house.
Yeah, man.
But if
So
you
why
don't
wouldn't
believe, you
they
got.
allow?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why would I don't mean to interject? Why wouldn't they allow, right, other family members to do something called, like they have programs here, I don't know if they have it back home, like a rent to own situation
Right,
in
and
order
I
to
was just going to get
so
create
into
that we are
that.
saying,
generational
that we
wealth.
want to know.
I was going to get into that. If anybody remember, I
Okay, go
don't know
ahead.
if anyone else remembers that in the last, I don't remember if it was 2020 or 2016, but one of the elections, 2020 or 2016, I think it was Peter Phillips, the leader of the PNP at that time, and Damian Crawford was listing out. They had a rent to own program that they
Yeah,
wanted to
I
introduce,
remember
but
that.
Mm-hmm.
I
then they
remember
lost
that,
the
Cassie.
they lost
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
elections.
Yeah.
And that'll be good.
Yeah, man.
All right, rent to own. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't say you want it. It belongs to you after you build something per mile and it belongs to Uno. Belongs to Uno, no mama. Allow
That
not
man, no.
and a bulldozer it down.
Or them come take it up.
But what me I say now?
Hold on,
As
Kashif,
we
you
say,
finish
Kashif.
Kashif. Hold on, them
Kashif.
child.
Yeah.
Then Kashif finish.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
man.
can go ahead with the
All
question.
right. Yeah, let me just ask Kashif, look here. But me want to say now. How we not see one house that are built by Desmond Mackenzie and the Paris Council?
Hey, you see you? Hey, don't make me this here, yeah?
Eh?
Yeah,
Me want to see them the house there.
Eh?
Because I want no more type of
More,
house we see a
well,
build.
me not cut your blessed child. More, but the person here, more mamba. We all know that we are holders of the land. But once we have a title, we consider ourselves the owner of the land. So let's not get technical. Yes,
Yeah.
we know what kind of principalities own the land. But once we pay tax, we own it now. So we're not
Yeah.
gonna get into that
Yeah.
technicality.
Exactly.
Mm.
That's anyway.
Right, that's
So-
You
true.
own it. You know, so once you have a deed in your name, you own it. And just name upon title,
Hey,
you own it.
you
We
own
know
it.
what
Look
that
here,
means.
the,
No matter what the
hey,
technical
look here.
know that,
information.
The
yeah.
labor right, them can talk as much as they want because we now stop this until Andrew Holness can show with proof. Say, see the document that the people sign, it is for them own. They don't have nothing to fear.
Listen,
They don't have nothing to worry about.
there are
See
two
that they
demands we
sign the
should be
documents, they
calling.
are for them.
We should be calling for on them with two demands. If the
Yes,
local government house is built on government land, show us where these houses
show
are
us it.
located.
Show
And we
with them.
also need to see the contents of the contract
We
that the Prime Minister is
Yes,
having these people sign.
yes.
The
Cow-
contradiction
pretty
there
much
is
want to see.
Go ahead, Kadian.
the contradiction there is the government, if y'all recall on what the one I was reading over here, is they actually said they do not have the land to do rent to own, blah, blah, blah,
Exactly.
leasing,
I heard you
whatever.
read
So
it, Katie. I
where
heard
did
you
the
read
land
it.
Very
come
good point,
from?
And
Kadian.
that is why
Right?
I'm
So
not
let's
letting
there's
go
a
of them showing us
contradiction
where the
going on in
houses are
their own
located
words.
on government lands. Because that is the only way you could have a right to take back the house is if the land is owned by the government.
Absolutely.
So
Now, as y'all are talking, I just want to just make sure I put out there. Yes, there are some conflicting information about the land ownership. However, what I read was directly quoted from the Desmond person, right?
Yeah.
Now, there is the current PM is, you know, I can't even say he is negating what is being said because his response is actually very ignorant. It's more like, anybody
and his
listening to that
silence
news
is
is very
deafening.
stupid and da da da. So he didn't say yes or no.
Or no.
The information is wrong. It more was just, if anybody with sense must can pick sense out of nonsense. Basically, is what he's saying. Which,
And we are the
if
people
you're a
with sense.
PM,
That's why we're
why
asking for the
can't you
contract.
just say yes, the people are right, no, the people are wrong? Say it what it is, right? Because it is conflicting information.
Right.
I have yet
He
to
is
see
not the
any of
prime
these
minister that
recipients.
comes to clear any
go ahead,
issue
go
at
ahead.
all.
I'm yet to
Yeah,
see any of these recipients. I see people coming out to say yes, they have gotten a house, but I'm yet to see.
Oh my gosh!
I'm yet to see any of them coming with a copy of the contract. And now I'm wondering if they got a copy of the contract
they
any at all.
hide it. They hide the information. They not them take it from them and take their land.
You know, say, hey, I'm not surprised. Look how Nancy one with her mouth crying with the braces.
See him one day we are real up on the news.
Yes. And the Prime Minister is so kind. That's why we should comment on the Prime Minister page. Mr. Prime Minister, when you're handing over these houses to the people, let them know it is courtesy of the taxpayers of Jamaica. These houses are not coming out of your personal account. It is not a gift from you, it's a gift from the taxpayers of Jamaica.
Yes, exactly.
I'm telling you, you know,
when she put
let
on
me tell you one that thing.
Well, movie star. Remember movie star them name are, you know. Talia,
Yeah.
Macy's, eyelash taller than for me, eyebrow do.
Nails like...
And she flawless, because they call her movie star. When movie star, they put movie star for do that skit there. Is that skit they put her for do, you know? Because Desmond Mackenzie said when them build the house and furnish it. No furniture in a fair house.
Is that listen to me.
No furniture in
That
there.
lady is very close to some high-profile people down Westmoreland side. I am astonished that she had to wait for the Prime Minister to give her a house.
Yeah. And it was bushy.
Yes.
And it was bushy. And this was, you know, to say that skip them girl for do.
No, but you see, that's a disgrace, you know. That's a big disgrace, you know, Mama San. Because you know, Desmond Mackenzie and the Prime Minister say are two different programs. One for the Prime, but everywhere the house are give out Desmond Mackenzie and the Prime Minister they are give out.
One program and the engineership they under one.
Yeah.
Them I'm tell you.
We should judge from pictures.
And Kashif, beg a second, Kashif. And it is a disgrace. This is a Prime Minister I do something for your poor people in Jamaica. And if you come on national TV, a broadcast, you show who.
I video it.
I show who you are again. And a video. That come like you undermine the privacy of the person where you are again.
Yes,
exactly.
And them look at family and they are undermine.
I got to school and say, yo, me see Prime Minister Boone House.
Quite so.
That's a disrespect and disgrace.
So, blessed child, where you tell me say PMP never been no house give poor people. You didn't see them take picture.
PMP build thousands of houses.
PMP build also poor people.
Under the law.
Tell them.
Let me just show this.
You never see none of where walk and take
Let me just show this fact.
Nobody. Because what Mama P used to do in a Mama San, Portia used to make the house do through the food for the poor program.
Food for the poor.
So nobody
and we use Portia in her
you
lap.
would just see some pretty little nice house built up and you say, well, that lady me like the house the way that lady they get, or me like the house the way that man they get. You know, kind look nice and look neat. You not see nobody come here.
In Portia's last administration, let me just say this. She issued 500 houses a year.
500 houses?
That's evidential fact.
Yeah, 500 house Portia give you a year. Andrew only see that power.
A year, yeah, every year.
Don't even build 500 houses yet between the 9 year women have power.
See how much house
you see
80, 280 houses is what he built in the last 9 years.
You're right.
The last thing.
I went Deadman Mackenzie.
How much house them for them bill, Kashif?
Why we the people have to educate the masses on exactly what's going on in our country.
Right now,
That's why knowledge is so important.
this fling of spokes in the wheel right now. Me I tell you, this way they come out do to poor people that about them agree and they are letting them alone house. Them wicked like.
And then company people and platform come and they really
yeah. We're not discussing nothing. Hey, all right, Mama San, guess what? We're not in a debate with no labor right. A politician time, a campaign, a campaign. Anytime debate, a co must Andrew.
You know, if you tell Mama San that you know, because Mama San a moderator and they don't play with people, and if we are come, even we as PMP, if we don't know we are coming.
So no labor, no right, no company as a can dictate what they want to say. None.
You know, see, I want to child, a blessed child. You know, see, there's man send to them in a parliament and tell the people them to go out now on the platform. Go out now. You know what?
Yeah.
You must send them out no people platform for come the way do it. When we are talking about them. So no come over here.
They must think you're moderator nice, man. The two of them come consider me sweet, don't them face up to you.
Hold on, Vincent. Hold on, Vincent.
Mama son, listen, me want talk to one of the labor right where you talk to them now. Ask him if you know Bell Rock, a back to. Ask me if you know back to, if high rising house, portion of the high rising house that the poor people free. Ask him about a 2 mile before you go up to coal market and beside examination depot and a portion build them there for poor people.
I should never take it back.
Me want argue with him. Well, I'm Mr. Kingston and they take back yours and take their land. Simple. So ask him say when there's no Michael Andrew, where poor people house where them build them. Simple. Ask him that. Simple. Want to excavation bulldozer and go bulldozer down people house and get that them good for. Me want argue with them, me want me and them argue. Simple.
Then can't come by us because I don't want to chat to them.
We are trying to show them say tomorrow.
In a good for that, Uncle Vincent.
Tomorrow they will see what go on.
Because them people are not transparent.
Black King.
Tell me, hey. Look here. Tell Black King say enough to come here, sir. You can't, if you are PMP, you can't go on Black King thing. Tell him say enough to come on this.
Come on for Black
King. Be disrespect then disrespect. Black King, you can't go on King life.
Again, Mama son, you hear a blessing child say to you, though. And that then do that the platform if you go over there.
Come there, come by yourself because you take him down. I want them on this. Okay. If you go on this, it not be a style.
Yeah?
Black him.
Two of them come up here enough to company.
Yeah, man, black that man, I want him on this.
The program with them bag and lie, you know. And if I'm putting them at people, I know some people where you can't tell them foolish shit.
Right, let's go there.
Hello.
No man, to me I give them chance to talk, man. I just want thing I tell you said. When them come on the platform, don't make them come tell about the 2 housing program. When a business boy for 2 or 3, we talk about the one of them take about the house. So when the response how much of them, I just the one that we are talking about. So nobody come in and say about 2 of them. Yeah, just one single one we are talking about. Just one. We don't want to hear about nothing else. Nothing else.
You know what they do? You know what they do?
Yeah.
Mama son, you know what they do? But they over them platform spread be a line and when they go over there if you go talk the truth, them black you, they don't want you over there.
You can't talk over there. You can't talk over there, so no excuse me there.
And you know what I mean? You can tell you, anytime that's the thing, I don't matter who, anybody in Jamaica with disrespect my great Prime Minister Michael Joshua Manley, me and them are enough friends. That man are the best thing to Jamaica, the most credible Prime Minister, the most respectable Prime Minister. And me hear them over Black King and disrespect Michael Manley. The man will start give poor people in Jamaica education.
When man come over here, Mama son, the last one in the open discussion, he matter about Michael Manley at this and him not do nothing.
Because they did want to stay in the back road. I can tell about them. When Manley take office in 1972, almost 60% of Jamaica couldn't read and write. I can't tell you that. And it was a disgrace for no say Jamaica was so backward and illiterate. And Michael Manley start bring education to poor people. Come make poor people know say we can't them your pitney can't go high school. Are the only legacy where you can live give your pitney as a poor man is to give them a good education. And Michael can teach that in Jamaica. Because first of all, the two leaders will lead the JLP before. We could become Prime Minister, Bustamante and Shearer. Couldn't even sign their name.
And them are the most Prime Minister and they don't do nothing for Jamaica. They are the most Prime Minister. Labour have the most Prime Minister. And they don't do nothing. None of them.